here. What's up? What's up? What's up? We here. We live. We live. What's going on with our good people? If you are just tuning in, hey, how you doing? Hello, hello. We are the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show, and we are a dynamic and the only dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube. And on our channel, we love to discuss all things love, life, relationships, pop culture as well, from both the millennial perspective, myself, Sammie Nicole, and the Gen X perspective, my oh so beautiful mother, FeeFee. And we hope you guys, if you like what we stand for, we hope you guys please consider subscribing to our channel. If you like what we stand for, please consider subscribing to our channel. And as you come into the live, please hit the like button. Typically, we like to go live each and every Thursday and Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Heavy on the ish, but you know, it's starting to warm up in Atlanta. So, you know, we just ask that you guys be flexible. You know, we may start coming on a little bit earlier or switching up the days. But for right now, we are coming live each and every Thursday and Saturday, 7 p.m. ish, heavy on the ish, Eastern Standard Time. We also are good for doing a pop-up show like we are doing tonight. We're also going streaming live simultaneously on TikTok as well. So if you see me looking over, that is why. Okay, I'm gonna bring y'all up just a little closer. Bring y'all up just a little bit closer. So yeah, y'all, with that being said, let's go ahead and get our disclaimers out the way, because we got a lot that we want to talk to y'all about. We got a lot that we want to talk to y'all about. Hey, TikTok, what's up? All right. First disclaimer, everything we're going to be saying tonight is allegedly. Everything we're going to be saying tonight is allegedly. Because why? Because like our good sis Bridget say, we don't know these people personally, okay? Everything we're saying tonight is allegedly. Because why? Because personally, we do not know these people. Second, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Okay, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. All right, boom. Also, another thing that I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys are not following my mother on her Instagram page, on her YouTube page, excuse me, please make sure you do so for all of your exclusive Gen X content that she has. Hey, woman of wealth, what's up? Okay, if you want exclusive Gen X content, please make sure you check her out on her YouTube channel. It's Fee. She has a lot of great content over there, and she be telling all of her business. This week she done showed a picture of her man. So if y'all are interested in the mama, her love life, because the mama always got something to say, you want to see what the mama man look like, y'all make sure y'all follow her on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her channel so that you can get notified on all the updates, because she like to tell all her business. I don't tell my business about me and my man, but she definitely be telling all the business about her and her man. Okay, all right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We had to call y'all tonight, y'all. We had to get y'all on the line so we could go ahead and talk about this Married to Medicine. Okay, this Married to Medicine. Are y'all watching Married to Medicine on Bravo? If not, this is a reality TV show that's on Bravo. It's been on air for about 10 years now, and it basically follows the lives of black physicians and the wives of said physicians and who live in the Atlanta area. And you get to see, you know, what it's like from day to day to be a physician and to be a wife married to a physician. Some of the couples, they're double doctors, so the husband and the wife are both physicians. And some of the couples, the husband is a physician and the wife stays at home. And other couples, the wife is a physician and the husband works in other fields, or he stays at home and gets provided for. So yes, so that's just a gist of what Married to Medicine is about. That's what we're talking about tonight. We are talking about Married to Medicine. They're on season 11, and let's get into it. To catch you guys up, there was a physical altercation that almost occurred between one of the castmates' current boyfriend and her ex-husband. Okay. So we got Quad, new boyfriend, King, almost got into a physical altercation with her ex-husband, Dr. G, Dr. Gregory Lunsford, who is a psychiatrist. And I'm just like, wow. So we got to talk about that tonight, okay? What did you think when you saw that scene between Dr. G and Quad's new man, King? They were in Key West, Florida at the sandbar, hanging out, and things got tense. And King charged after Quad's ex-husband.
I thought, well, let's go back. Let's go back to
what initially started it off. Okay.
Tell us what initially started off.
Okay, so initially the reason why King, Quad's new man, went after Dr. G is because the night before they had something called a vibe check. And during the vibe check, it was just a time for the couples to have drinks and answer, risque questions about their relationship, like a game show. So they're asking questions about, how often do you all have sex a week? How did you guys meet? How long did it take you guys to decide you wanted to be in a committed relationship? Just little fun, risque, flirty questions that you ask during like a couple's date night, but it was called the vibe check. And so during the couple's date night, all the couples were there. Quad was with her new man. Her ex-husband, Dr. G, was there with his new younger wife, Sweet Tea, Letitia. And, the rest of the cast was there as well. And so, Missy, Dr. Heavily was the one asking the questions of the couples. And so, the drinks were flowing, everybody having a good time at the resort in Key West, Florida. And, they having couples night, just answering the questions, kicking it. So then you could tell during the couples night, the drinks were flowing and that Quad had one too many drinks, okay? All right, so she gets to the point where she becomes inebriated and she just starts, saying whatever is on her mind while she's sitting next to her new man and her ex-husband, and his new younger wife, Letitia, is sitting literally right behind them. So, the questions start coming to the couples, and it's brought up that, Sweet Tea and Dr. G, they are intimate about 2-3 times a week. That was their answer.
Boys, Nana.
Hey, boys, Nana. But they try to have.
Hey, Queen Black.
Yes, Quad's headband was all over her head. Yes. And so Sweet Tea was like, her and Dr. G, they're intimate, 2 to 3 times a week. But sometimes they have sex more throughout the week because they're trying for a baby. And so Quad turned around, she drunk boots, and yes, Queen Black, Quad headband was everywhere but on her forehead. It was back here. That's how toasted Quad was. Quad was completely inebriated. She was gone. She had one too many drinks. So, Quad looks back and she's like, that's awesome. I want y'all to have a baby. And when you get pregnant, Sweet Tea, I'm going to throw you a baby shower. And so, you could tell Dr. G was uncomfortable because it was getting weird, right? And then they bring up the question again about intimacy. And Quad and her man talk about how they have sex 15 times a week. And everybody is just like flabbergasted, like, no, y'all ain't doing it like that. Y'all ain't doing it like that. And, Quad is talking about, how enjoyable it is and that they do indeed have sex 15 times a week. And you could just see Dr. G is so uncomfortable, like hearing his ex-wife, who he loved. Quad was the one that filed for divorce. Dr. G did not want the divorce. They were married for 10 years. And
that was a long time.
That was a long time. So to hear your ex-wife, who you haven't healed from that divorce 100%, talk about how she has sex 15 times a week with her new man, who is younger, more attractive than you. He's in shape. And she's saying how she enjoys it and how, she one day wants to bust it and have a baby for him. Whereas when you were married to her for those 10 years, she never wanted to have a baby with you. So to hear all of that, it was really starting to get to Dr. G, and it was really starting to piss him off. And Toya, who is also a fellow castmate on Married to Medicine, she didn't make it better. She pretty much egged the situation on because she was like, I'm uncomfortable. Dr. G, do you not feel uncomfortable? Which was messy. She shouldn't have said nothing.
She shouldn't have said nothing.
You know. And so, you know, Quad is going on and talking about how she gonna throw him a baby shower. And then she starts, you know, talking about how she went through a lot, you know, in the marriage and, you know, just talking off the dome. She tipsy, she letting it rip. And then Dr. G, he eventually gets fed up. And hey, Toya, he eventually gets fed up. And he's like, you know, nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody gives a F what you have to say. Basically, like, you need to shut the F up. You know. And, you know, they look and Quada's like, well, who you talking about? Because Dr. G was like, nobody cares what you have to say. Some people need to shut the F up. And she like, well, you need to shut the F up. But at that time, King didn't hear her say that. King didn't hear Dr. G say that to Quad. Okay, so he was calm. So they going back and forth. And then Dr. G's new younger wife, Sweet Tea, she gets into it. You know, and then it starts to escalate, you know. And Sweet Tea tells Quad, she was like, you know, it's fine. You know, he not worried. He wanted to lead a marriage. You know, it's no hard feelings. We're good. You know, Gregory is not hurt about the marriage. He wanted to leave. And Quad turns around and goes, oh, that's not true, babe. That's not true. He wanted to stay with me. He did not want the divorce. So it goes up even more. So Dr. G was already heated when she started talking about throwing them a baby shower because they're struggling to get pregnant. Sweet Tea has endometriosis and she's having a hard time conceiving. So one Quad telling us, I'm gonna throw you a baby shower when y'all get pregnant, and she's a great fit for you, which I think she is. And now she talking about how you didn't want the marriage to end. She did. You begged for the marriage. And so it just brought it up 1,000 points. Mm-hmm. To the point that it just started an argument between Dr. G, Sweet Tea, and Quad. So Dr. G and Sweet Tea, they get up, you know, they go to the room. You know, Quad stays behind with her man, but as they're walking back to their hotel room, Dr. G and his wife, Sweet Tea, he is livid. And he is cussing Sweet Tea out, telling her, you know, don't go back and forth with Quad. Don't go back and forth with Quad. Hey, you know, she feeds off of that. Every time you go back and forth, hey, call me darling. Every time you go back and forth with Quad, you know, you give her what she wants. In order for her to stay on the show, she needs to go back and forth with you. You're like her lifeline. So don't give her no attention. Because if she can't argue with you, she really don't have much of a storyline. Mm-hmm. So don't entertain her. Why are you entertaining her? But really, Dr. G was mad at Quad. Mm-hmm. And because he's still hurting. He still has feelings for Quad. And he took it out on Sweet Tea. Right. So they argue the whole time back to the hotel room. They get into the hotel room. He cussed her out. Then he starts to gaslight her. And then what does he do? Textbook Dr. G. He walks away and leaves out the hotel room to go walk around the resort and cool off. And what does Sweet Tea always do? She follows right up behind him. Right up behind him. After he got done cussing her out all the way to the hotel room, and once they got in the hotel room, cussed her out some more, telling her, you don't know when to leave Ish alone. Don't go back and forth with her. Leave her alone. She feeds off of this. Stop going back and forth with that girl. He wanted to say that hood rat, but he caught himself because the cameras were following him. But the way he was yelling at her all the way up into that hotel room, and once they got into the hotel room, it was disgusting. It was so cringed. It was so cringe, and it was embarrassing. Hey, Charlene, how you doing? Hey, it was just so cringe and so uncomfortable the way he chastised her. And it's like even right before they left the vibe check, because they was in the pool area where they had the vibe check, and while Sweet Tea was going back and forth with Quad, the whole time Dr. G was yelling at Quad. He was yelling at Quad. He was yelling at Sweet Tea. My bad. He was yelling at Sweet Tea, telling her to shut up while she was going back and forth with Quad. And it's just, he never protects Sweet Tea. For him to be a licensed psychiatrist, he is, I don't know who going to him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know he a black physician and you got to support black physicians, but he is awful. He never has his wife's back. He is not a protector at all. Every time Sweet Tea is going back and forth with somebody, Dr. G is always attacking her and belittling her feelings and her emotions and making her feel like how she feels is insignificant and it's unimportant. He never validates his wife, and it's just awful and exhausting. I don't know how much longer Sweet Tea gonna be able to do that. I mean, the way he was yelling at her when they got back to that hotel room like he was her daddy, it was embarrassing. He embarrassed her in front of millions of people. He does not cover her at all. So fast forward to the next, he leaves her in the hotel room to cool off. She runs up behind him. And then, Contessa, and Toya, they try to talk to her while she's in the midst of trying to run behind Dr. G and try to tell her, just let him calm down. That was a 10-year marriage. It's a lot. He's still traumatized. Quad is still traumatized. Just give him time. And Sweet Tea, bless her heart, she just can't get it. She just don't understand why he's so mad, and she's still trying to console him. So fast forward to the next day. All the couples, they go to the sandbar and they just kind of hang out on the beach, drink. That's all they was doing, hanging out on the beach, getting drunk, doing what they do. And the women are in their own little section on the beach, and the men are in their own little section on the beach. And so the guys are sitting around chilling, taking in the sun, getting some vitamin D, smoking their cigars, drinking. And what do Dr. G do? He poked the bear some more. Yes. So Dr. G, all the guys are sitting around on the beach kicking it. He gets up out his seat. King is standing up, quiet man. He gets up out his seat and he walks up to King and he's like, yeah, man, I just want to let you know I don't have no problem with you. I don't want no issue with you. But, sometimes, it just seems like people be saying whatever and trying to get, stuff going. And I don't want no problems with you, brother. I want you to be happy. I want Quad to be happy. But, sometimes people just, they get to talking and they kind of get drama going where it doesn't need to be, right? And so he's, talking to King about that. And he's like, we just got to kind of, calm down the situation and not give it no more energy. And he tells King, he's like, yeah, that's why I had to tell Quad to shut the up. And King was like, what? He was like, yeah, I said it. I told her. I'm letting you know. I told her to shut the F up. She needed to be quiet. She talking to me, talking about I didn't want the divorce, and I begged for the divorce and talking all crazy about my relationship and how she gonna throw me and my wife a baby shower. That's why I told her, we don't care what you think. You talking too much. And so King was like, oh, that was directed towards Quiet, and Greg confirmed it, right? So they separate, and then King think about it some more. He get upset some more, right? Then he decided to check Dr. G again, confront him.
And that's when the shit started.
And that's when the shit started. He was like, wait, hold up. He walked away after Dr. G told him that, and then he thought about it. Then he went back to Dr. G, and he was like, wait, what? Did he just talk to my girl like that? And he confronted him, and he was like, I know everything that happened between you and Quad. Quad told me how you allegedly would fight her and put your hands on her. And, that ain't cool. She can say whatever she want. You don't talk to her like that. And you big and bad when it comes to a woman, but when it comes to a man, you won't do that.
Right.
So Dr. G like, nigga, what you want to do? I ain't scared. What's up? But he started talking like that once Phaedra's pay for play boyfriend Shaq got in the middle of it and security started to run up, right? And so King was like, okay, he backed off again. Then he was like, you know what? Screw it. He run towards Dr. G. And then that's when you see security jump in. Shaq Phaedra pay for play boyfriend. He jumped in, tall African man. Shit. Pay for play boyfriend. Yeah, that was Phaedra's pay for play boyfriend. Shaq, the tall young African boy.
Shaq, everybody man.
Yeah,
Allegedly
in Atlanta. Yeah, Shaq is the one that protected. Shaq is the one that stood in between Quad's boyfriend King and Dr. G.
It's not for the show.
If it wasn't for Shaq, King would have put the monkey paws on Dr. G. He would have beat Dr. G down to the ground, okay?
You think King paid too?
Queen Black said she think King is
paid too?
Quad making like that's her man. Quad say her and King are a package deal. She said that
and they trying to get pregnant.
And they getting married this year, she said. And she also Queen Black said he was her chauffeur. Oh Lord. No, Queen Black.
No, King was not her chauffeur.
Say it ain't so, Queen Black.
Y'all always come with it. No.
Lord.
Not the help.
But she was just in Jamaica last week with King, Queen Black. Because you know King is from Jamaica. And they was down there in Jamaica kicking it at the pool in their bathing suits. So did he graduate from chauffeur to man? To her man? And to help her with her storyline? Because they was threatening to kick her off the show. Because she didn't have no man. And she not married to Medicine no more. Lord have mercy. Say it ain't so, Queen Black. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Woman of Wealth said, y'all about to make me subscribe to Bravo again. Woman of Wealth, subscribe to Bravo again and watch this season 11. Season 11 is off the chain. It is a hot mess. The way King charged at Dr. G, now they did not make contact. I want to be very clear. From what we saw on the show, King did not make physical contact with Dr. G because Phaedra's pay for play boyfriend was staying in the middle of them. So if it wasn't for Phaedra's pay for play boyfriend, Shaq, King would have beat Dr. G to the ground. Shaq literally protected Dr. G. He was literally protecting and covering Dr. G. This is Married to Medicine season 11 on Bravo. Married to Medicine season 11 on Bravo. This is probably the best season by far, y'all.
It is.
Shaq, Phaedra Parks, pay for play boyfriend because Phaedra is now on this season of Married to Medicine. If it wasn't for Shaq, Dr. G little bitty ass would have been down to the ground in that second. And this what got me, y'all. When King charged after Dr. G, because King is like 6'3", 6'2", muscular, you know, nice little island team. When King was running toward Dr. G was running back.
Hey, y'all ever see somebody run back from a fight?
Dr. G was scared.
Them little legs was getting in that thing.
Dr. G was so scared. He was scared for his life.
Okay, you haven't watched. Okay.
He was scared for his life. And y'all know messy ass Dr. Heavenly. She went live last night, right? Dr. Heavenly got her own YouTube channel and her own Patreon, right? Dr. Heavenly went live last night and said, Shaq said that Dr. G told him, he said, thank you, Shaq, because had you not been in between me and King, I would not be alive.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Heavenly said Phaedra's pay for play boyfriend said that Dr. G thanked him because he saved his life. He said, had you not been in between me and King, I don't know if I would still be alive. You saved my life. Now, Dr. G is saying something different on the show. But Dr. Heavenly said Dr. G told Shaq that in private. Now, on the show, Dr. G...
I haven't been watching it either, but I just started watching it again this season.
Now, on the show, Dr. G said that, because you know his ego, he a man, his ego. He talking about some, had Shaq not gotten in between him and King, it would have been a fight to the DEATH. I hollered. Because I said, I know you in line. I know you.
Dr. G said he would have handled him.
Dr. G on the show. Dr. G said I would have handled him.
Even Sweet Tea to my no.
And let's talk about Sweet Tea. Now, when King ran up on Dr. G and Shek had to get in between the middle of them, why Sweet Tea? Now, Sweet Tea had just got into an argument with Heavenly. So while Greg was about to get into it with King, Sweet Tea was about to get into it with Heavenly. But what happened was Sweet Tea and Heavenly got into it because during this episode, Heavenly invited Apollo, Nida, Phaedra's ex-husband, and his new wife on the trip. And so they showed up on the trip, and Phaedra and Apollo's new wife, Shireen, you know, the one that he's currently getting ready to divorce because she said that he's cheated on her and he mistreated her allegedly. So that's why she's filing for divorce from Apollo. So they show up on the trip, and you know, everybody's like, oh my gosh, who invited Apollo? Who invited Apollo? Messy, Heavenly.
Just
Messy. Dr. Heavenly Combs invited Apollo and his wife Shireen to the trip. Now, to, you know, Heavenly's defense, she did give Phaedra a heads up to let her know, hey, I'm inviting Apollo and his new wife Shireen to the trip, just to let you know. And Phaedra made like she was cool. But Sweet Tea did not know that Dr. Heavenly had already gave Phaedra a heads up prior to them going on the trip. So Sweet Tea, you know, she cool with Phaedra. Her and Phaedra like this. So Sweet Tea walks up to the group of the ladies. They all sitting in the water, lounging around. And she's like, who invited Apollo? Who invited Apollo and his wife? Why y'all do that? So then Heavenly tell her, you shut the F up. Don't say nothing to me. And Sweet Tea say, you shut the F up, B. And they start arguing. So Dr. Heavenly is sitting in the water, and Sweet Tea is standing up. So Dr. Heavenly gets ready to stand up so she can keep arguing with Sweet Tea, but she falls back in the water, which was hilarious.
Y'all gotta watch that.
Y'all gotta watch. Y'all gotta watch it. She couldn't get up. So she argued with this young girl. Sweet Tea is 20 years younger than Dr. Heavenly. She argued with this young girl. She go to get up and stand up. She fall back in the water and can't get up. So they grab Sweet Tea because Sweet Tea is still standing and cussing her out. So one group of the girls grab Sweet Tea, and the other group of the girls, they grab Heavenly, and they separate.
I was glad Sweet Tea cussed Heavenly out.
Me too.
Because she needed it. She's been picking with Sweet Tea
hey, Queen Lily.
For the longest. She's been
Yes.
picking with Sweet Tea, and Sweet Tea needed to get at her.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She needed to. And she thought, she was shocked. You could tell, like, the
Yeah.
first 5 seconds, Heavenly was shocked that Sweet Tea was bucking back at her like that.
And she called Heavenly a
bad built body B. Yeah. But Heavenly couldn't get with Sweet Tea because she fell back into the water. Tori said that ocean snatched Heavenly back down so quick, and did.
Yes.
She fell back in that water.
It snatched
Her up. So they had to grab Sweet Tea because Sweet Tea was ready to go. She was standing up.
She tired of her.
She was tired of it. So they grabbed Sweet Tea, Phaedra, and Contessa, and Dr. Mimi, the new castmate. They grab her and walk away. They grab Sweet Tea and walk away so she can cool off. Sweet Tea start crying because she like, I'm tired of her messing with me. It was just a lot going on.
Yes.
In the midst of that, Daddy start running because he thinks Sweet Tea done beat the crap out of Heavenly. So Daddy, little short, fat butt, running towards Heavenly to try to see what's going on. He didn't realize that they didn't have any physical contact, but Daddy was worried. So Daddy, little Teletubby self, start running to check on Heavenly just to make sure Sweet Tea didn't beat her down to the ground. He didn't see the part that Heavenly just naturally fell back.
He know his wife talk shit and she can't fight. Anybody that talk much shit as Heavenly do, you know they can't fight.
Right. When they do that talking, they don't have no hands.
G, we ain't finna talk. We just finna holler off and hit your ass.
Yeah, we not doing all that
we
talking.
Ain't doing all that talking.
All that rah.
No.
We ain't doing all that. But Daddy got scared for a minute, so he was running like a little Teletubby to make sure his wife was okay. But just so we're clear, Sweet Tea and Heavenly did not make physical contact. Sweet Tea did not put her hands on Heavenly in that scene. Now, Heavenly is alleging that on her YouTube channel, she went live yesterday. Y'all check it out after this show is. So, Heavenly went live on her YouTube show, and she's alleging that Sweet Tea did put her hands on some people, but it didn't go
really?
Make camera. Yeah. She made, like, you know, during that situation, you know, when they went to go grab her and grab Heavenly, that she bumped Simone. She pushed Simone.
Oh, she did say she pushed Simone.
She pushed Simone.
And Simone pushed her back.
And Simone pushed her back. But that wasn't caught on camera. They didn't show that on camera. But that is what Heavenly is alleging. That she did push some people, but they didn't show it on the show. I don't know. That, you know, with Heavenly, you know, you gotta take her with a grain of salt. You gotta chew the meat and spit out the bone. Some stuff she say be true, some stuff she say don't be true. She get excited and get to talking on that YouTube channel, be saying all type of stuff. But that was some of the behind the scenes tea that Heavenly shared on her YouTube channel. So they separate the young ladies. You know, Sweet Tea start crying.
Yeah.
You know, Contessa, Phaedra, Dr. Mimi, they trying to calm her down. You know, from what we now learned, Simone tried to calm her down too, but they almost got into it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they trying to calm Sweet Tea down. She's hysterical. She's crying.
She tired of them.
She tired of them picking with her. And it's sad. You know, it's sad. And I do feel sorry for Sweet Tea because they did bring her on the show under false pretenses. You know, they bamboozled her. You know, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie are responsible for bringing Sweet Tea onto the show. Okay? And they admitted that from their own mouths. They begged Sweet Tea to come on the show because they thought that she would be great for ratings, and they thought that she would be great to help Quad come back on the show and have a storyline.
Just ghetto.
And so they bring this young lady onto the show only for them to then turn on her once they get Quad back on the show. Because they let Quad go for a season because she wasn't married to Medicine and she didn't have a man. So in Bravo's mind, it was like you don't have a storyline. But once Sweet Tea agreed to come on board, then they were able to bring Quad back on board. And it was just horrible the way they played in Sweet Tea's face. It's like as soon as they got Quad back on, they did a complete 180 with Sweet Tea. And they dissed her and played her to the left. And they pretty much ostracized her. And I hate that for Sweet Tea. She thought that, you know, coming onto the show, everybody would be real, everybody would be genuine, and she would be around a group of women that genuinely cared about her and wanted to have a relationship with her. And that just turned out not to be the case. For the past 2 seasons that Sweet Tea has been on, they pretty much been bullying her. They have. Now, I'm not going to say that Sweet Tea is no angel, because she's not. I think she's foolish in a lot of ways, and we're gonna get into that. But the way they going in on Sweet Tea, they not showing her no grace, no mercy. You know, and Sweet Tea, she did a live on her YouTube channel, if you want to check out her channel, where she feels like, you know, she's the only one on the show that's being real and giving you her authentic life, while all the other ladies are trying to play producer. And they're trying to manufacture and make up a storyline. They're not showing their real lives on the show. Right. And she's the only one that's being 100% herself and being authentic. And she just feels like it's not fair. And she feels like she was blindsided. And that everybody knew. Hey, Sasha T. She felt like everybody else knew what was going on and was privy to the game plan but her. So, you know. So once they take Sweet Tea off to the side, they separate her from Heavenly. Phaedra and Dr. Mimi start praying over Sweet Tea in tongues. they start speaking in tongues and praying over Sweet Tea to calm her down.
Well, you know, Phaedra, her mom
She come
is a
Kojic. She come from the church.
She Kojic.
She come from the church. She
Yeah,
do. She
she's
do.
Kojic.
She do. I'm not taking that away from her. You know, that's a gift. You know, so they praying over Sweet Tea. They speaking in tongues, and Sweet Tea is screaming and crying, literally like having a nervous breakdown because she's just so fed up with the group, the way they're treating her, and the way, you know, Dr. Heavenly is antagonizing her constantly. So while they praying over her and she's crying and they covering her, that's when things escalated with King and Dr. G. And King charges for Dr. G, and Shaq, Phaedra's pay-for-play boyfriend, had to step in and pretty much shield Dr. G from King. And then all the other men start to run up. Security and Dr. Mimi's husband, Steve, who is a former NFL player, they all run up to try to break them up. Okay? Now, while in the midst of all the men are running up and security is running up to separate King and Dr. G, tell me why Sweet Tea, y'all, crazy ass, breaks away from Phaedra and the rest of the ladies while they're trying to calm her down.
That was Toya Boy's Nana.
And she starts running towards Dr. G and King.
Y'all.
She takes off sprinting. Sweet Tea starts running towards King and Dr. G. And she runs up on King like, no, don't put your hands on my husband. Eugene Teletubby self and Steve is nice looking man, and security and Shaq, they grab Dr. G. Sweet Tea runs up and gets in King's face like, we ain't doing that, So Quad runs up, and she tells Sweet Tea, no, go see about your husband. Get out of King's face. Go see about your husband. And then Sweet Tea go run after Greg, and Quad go run after King. But I'm like, Sweet Tea, what the hell is wrong with you? You think you finna run up on a 6'3" in shape man?
She said like Baywatch.
Like Baywatch.
Now, that's an old show. You must be a Gen X. Baywatch. That's an old
Evelyn said,
show.
right. She ran like she was on Baywatch. Queen Lily said he would have whipped her ass. And would have. Y'all, Sweet Tea breaks away from Phaedra and Mimi and them. They calming her down, praying over her. She stops crying, sees King and Greg getting into it, and breaks away from Phaedra. Phaedra trying to grab her and hold her back. She breaks away from Phaedra and does a sprint towards King. What you finna do to King, girl?
We had to keep taking it back and
had to replay it a few times. She run towards King like she finna do something to him. Are you crazy, Sweet Tea? And Quad is running up too, and she gets in front of Sweet Tea, and she's like, no. Go see about your husband. No. And Sweet Tea is steady like trying to get at King.
She just all up in this man's face. All he had to do was whack her one time.
Thank God he was calm enough not to put his hands on Sweet Tea, because Sweet Tea ran up on him like, she was like, you put your man on my man.
Okay, so we have somebody in the chat that said they would have did the same thing as Sweet Tea.
Let me see. Who said that? Let me see. Tasha T said, I guess she thought her military training would help her. Yes, Tasha T, she said that she's what? Special forces or something like that. She said because she's military trained, Tasha T, that in the military she was a medic, and she said that they were trained and taught how to fight both men and women. A lot of
Sweet Tea supporters here.
Let me see. Lauren London said she was making sure her man was good. I would have did the same thing. Lauren, you would have ran up on a man and fought a man?
There it is.
Lauren
man.
Lauren London said I would have done the same thing. She making sure her man is good. You would have fought a man over your man?
She said yes.
So Lauren London said if my man fighting, I'm fighting.
We all fighting.
All right. Wow. So let me ask the rest of the, and y'all please double tap the screen. Hit the like button.
All right, dynamic family.
Yes, double tap the screen to like. Also,
and share the live.
Share the live in the upper right hand corner.
We gotta talk about it.
We gotta talk about it tonight. In the upper right hand corner, there are 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots and hit the like button. If you're watching a replay, hey, what's up? Thank you so much for watching the replay. Down below, make sure you hit the like button and let us know if your significant other got into a physical altercation. Your man got into a physical altercation with another man. Would you jump in and fight beside your man? Would you?
Hell no.
Let me see. Queen Black said King wouldn't have touched her. I think he's more composed. He didn't touch her.
I think so too.
I
agree.
She was in his face like. She was in his face
with their man.
She was in his face like this, Queen Black. They had to, Quad had to stand in the middle of her, between her and King, and push her back like, no, go see about your husband.
People said, no, ma'am.
Go see about your husband. Because she was ready to go, Queen Black. But King was calm. King did not say nothing to Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea was in his face, yelling, screaming, cussing. King did not pay her no attention. It was Quad that had to tell her, no. No, Quad had to gently push her.
Miss Red say we all fight.
Evelyn All Smile said what she told Greg. She's combat trained. He said she's still a woman. Yes. Sweet Tea said I'm combat trained. She said I was a medic in the army and we were trained to fight both men and women. Sweet Tea said she trained to beat a bee and a ninja. Miss Applepie said, that's crazy. I missed that episode, but I saw some of the footage online. It's this most recent episode that they dropped. It's crazy, Miss Applepie.
Yes.
I've never seen nothing like that in my life. And these are black professionals. Black.
Call me down and said no.
Boys Nana said, how she stopped crying that fast? Baby, she stopped crying. And she was calming down, and Phaedra was walking with her arm around her. And she was trying to gather herself.
Okay.
She heard that yelling and screaming that was going on between King and Dr. G and everybody trying to break them up. She took off running, Boys Nana. She moved Phaedra's arm off her. Phaedra was trying to grab her to keep her from running off, and she took off. She went from crying to calming herself down to getting rammed up again, Boys Nana. It was crazy.
Most of our people say, yeah, they in it.
Laura's Love said, Sweet Tea would have gotten dragged, period. Yes, combat training. Thank y'all. Lauren London said, yes. Toya said, I was taught not to step into a man's fight. No way.
No, I wouldn't.
Lauren London said, don't touch my man. Okay, Lauren London. You somebody I want to go out to the club with.
Sit down with the bullshit.
Lauren London, I got a feeling you like to hide razors underneath your tongue when you
Shit about that life.
Lauren London, you give me the feeling you like to hide them little mini razors. You know how I used to do in the country? When you know you about to fight and you put that little mini thin razor underneath your tongue so you can shit it out.
That life. She said, don't touch my man.
When
we all fight.
That's a ghetto country trick. Woman of Wealth said, I can already tell that Dr. G married her to get back at Quad. It never ends well when a woman loves her man more than he loves her. That is the word. That is the word.
Wow.
Yes. Hey, K.M. Fox. Glorious Love said, yes, women are taught hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so you think she could have handled him?
Yes. Thank you for subscribing, Evelyn. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We have conversations like this all the time. Queen Black said, I like Sweet Tea, but I am not running up on no man. Miss Red, again, we all fighting. Trish K10 said, no. Tasha T said, I would as long as I had my taser and heater on me. Okay. KM Fox said, yes. Lauren London said, just like Mama Bear come out, Wifely Bear is coming. Okay. Evelyn said, heck no.
She ain't playing by her.
Woman of Wealth said, that would be a hell no for me too. Glorious Love said, what you think? Yesterday. Toya said, I'm not stepping into a fight with two men. Now, if another woman jumps in, it's up. Okay. Okay. Shine Low said, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm sorry. She said, only if he was getting jumped. Okay. It was 1-on-1. Wasn't nobody jumping in. It was 1-on-1. If they would have fought, it would have been fair and square technically. We don't condone violence at the Sammie Nicole and FeeFee show. We just breaking down what happened. But we don't condone violence. We don't. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't no punks either. We gonna leave that alone. It's a classy show. But we just talking about it. Robbie said, I heard that, girl. KM Fox said, yes, we will both be on his ass. All right. Y'all ain't playing. Y'all ain't playing.
Y'all ain't playing. Pretty ladies. I'm surprised, child.
Okay, Glorious Love said, look, if my husband is on the ground, I am with it. Okay. Woman of Wealth said, what's crazier is she is ready to nuck if you buck for him, and he's not even protecting her. Yes. And that's what pisses me off. She is always so ready to defend Dr. G, but he never reciprocates. She will fight a 6'2", 6'3", 200 plus grown man, works out every day, in shape, for her husband. And instead of her husband running up to grab her and protect her, when she got in king face, he was walking off. Not once did he think, oh crap, let me go grab my wife because I feel threatened. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, does this mean my wife will now be threatened? Let me grab my wife and make sure she's safe. I almost got in a fight with this ninja. Let me make sure Quad or don't nobody else run up on my wife. Let me run and get my wife and make sure he's safe. He wasn't even thinking about that. Even when she got into it with Dr. Heavenly, he didn't even think to come and grab his wife and see about her. It was Phaedra, Mimi, and Dr. Contessa. He never protects her. He always leaves her out to dry. And it's just unfortunate. Yeah. It's so unfortunate. All things Joy said. Dr. G is controlling. Toya said she is running up on another man that publicly belittles her. There ain't no way. Queen Lily said no. Miss Applepie said no because my husband would be very upset with me afterward. Yeah. But I will not stand by and let him get jumped. I will do what I can. Hopefully I have my own pal with me. Yeah. Evelyn said, did you see where Sweet Tea and Dr. G had a dispute? He walked away and she went after him. Didn't sound nice.
She always running behind him.
She always running behind him. He cuss her out, walk away, and she runs up behind him. Yep. Sawyer said, Miss Applepie, my husband would be upset if something happened to me by me jumping up. I'm not letting my husband get beat down, though. Queen Black said, men didn't used to want their queens involved in mess. No, they wouldn't. They would say, baby, go to the car, get my pow, let me handle it. That's the most they would do. Queen Lily said, I would help my man, but she's stupid. Glorious Love said, because he was... Evelyn said, I don't like how Dr. G talks to Sweet Tea sometimes. Yeah, he's verbally and mentally abusive. Lauren London said, Dr. G is slow sometimes, but when it really counts, I believe Dr. G would protect her. I don't know, Lauren London. Because when she was going back and forth with Quad at that vibe check, he was yelling and screaming at Quad to shut up. Sweet Tea to shut up. Instead of, and he wasn't speaking up for his wife at all. He never protects her. And here's my thing. If you see me going back and forth with another woman, don't start yelling at me. Don't try to check me in front of my ops. If I'm speaking up for myself and I'm advocating for myself, don't shut me down. Because if y'all notice, and here's why I don't believe that. When Dr. G is going at it back and forth with people, she never shuts him down. She lets him get it out. She lets him say what he want to say. We've seen over 10 years worth of footage of Dr. G falling out on the floor, being dramatic, theatrical, shouting, yelling, screaming, cussing with Quad when he was married to her. So Dr. G is full of drama, and he's not emotionally intelligent or mature. He gaslights and he's emotionally manipulative. The same stuff he doing with Sweet Tea is the exact same thing he did with Quad. Y'all remember that one episode for my people who've been watching it for all 10 years? Do y'all remember that episode when Dr. G and Quad, they had the counselor come over to their house? And the conversation was getting heated, and he slid off the couch and was laying on the floor, moving around, acting silly like a little kid. He is dramified, and he has not grown or learned from that marriage yet. He has not. And I just hate the way every time Sweet Tea tries to speak up for herself and clap back at Quad or Dr. Heavenly or any of the ladies, he gets so upset. It's almost like I can stand up for myself and advocate for myself, but you can't. And I hate that. And that's not right. That's not right. You know, he literally will throw temper tantrums, storm out the room, yelling, screaming, cussing. But when she do it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a hypocrite, and that's because he doesn't value Sweet Tea. He doesn't value Sweet Tea's opinion, her thoughts, her feelings. He sees her thoughts, her feelings as less than his. And so it's okay.
And you think he's like that because he's older than her?
Absolutely.
And he sees her as like
It's the age gap dynamic. And he's sexist too.
Oh!
He's sexist. He's sexist. And it's stemming from a place of insecurity. He doesn't value the opinion of a woman. He values what a woman can do for him, not for what a woman can teach him.
Like she can cook.
Right. She can cook. She can do what she do in the bedroom.
The house.
She manages the house that he like. She can manage the office at his practice. But he doesn't value her input. He don't.
It's so much to unwrap in their relationship.
It's so much.
Yes.
And I just hate that. It's like you can speak your mind and say what you want to say, but the minute Sweet Tea does, and I hate the way he gaslights her. He'll say, "Oh, you're young. You don't understand."
Thanks, Belle Noir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Belle Noir. She gifted a membership, and LSW Smile was gifted a membership. Awesome. And I just hate the way how he can voice his opinion. He can have temper tantrums, but let Sweet Tea do it. She's wrong, and then he'll weaponize her age against her because he's 56 and she's 33.
Yeah, and he does that a lot.
Yeah, he weaponizes her age against her. And I just don't like that. I hate that. I don't like that. You know, you can speak your mind, but when it comes for me advocating for myself, it's a problem. And you can tell Sweet Tea, you know, she tries to tell him. She said, "You knew who I was when you married me. You knew that I can be a little ratchet and I can be classy.
She said that.
I speak up for myself. You knew that."
She said that.
And he was like, "You just don't get it, babe. You just young. You just don't get
naive.
it. You naive." Yeah. So going back to the fight. So they separate King. Sweet Tea run up, try to fight King in his face like, "What's up? Y'all said y'all would do the same thing." Me personally, I don't believe in getting in between two men because I've seen women get physically hurt when they do stuff like that. So I wouldn't do it. But I wouldn't let my man get jumped either. So no, I understand. I wouldn't let my man get jumped, but I definitely wouldn't get in between two men fighting. I just wouldn't. That's not me. I just wouldn't. Okay, Glorious Love. I unhid Lauren London. Sorry, Lauren London. We didn't mean to hide you. So hopefully let us know that you're back in the chat, Lauren London. Let us know. Our bad. But I would never get in between two men fighting. I just wouldn't. Me personally, I like to date men that keep something on them. Anyway, I like the sophisticated, well-groomed, but if they gotta pull it, they'll pull it. So that's what I'm into anyway, personally. My preference. This is a safe space. We listen, we don't judge. Hey, LSW Smile. But I agree with you, ladies. If my man was getting beat up, of course I wouldn't just stand there while my man and let that happen. I would not do that. But if I see that my man can handle it and it's one-on-one and it's fair, I'm going to stay up out of it. I think I don't think you should get in between two men like that. I just don't. Thank God King had enough sense not to swing on Sweet Tea too. Because you got some men out here, they will swing on you. Mm-hmm. They don't care
at all.
They will swing on you. So, but hey, some ladies say they that ain't nothing to them. They done fought some ninjas before. It ain't nothing. Hey, do you? I'm just saying what I would do. But anyway, so Sweet Tea, she runs to Dr. G. Quad runs to King, and they take a walk. Dr. G and Daddy, they run up. No, Eugene and Daddy, heavenly husband, Dr. Damon, they tell King and Quad, y'all go somewhere and go for a walk. Mm-hmm. And then, Sweet Tea, they put the camera on Sweet Tea and Dr. G, and they start walking in the opposite direction as Quad and King is. And Dr. G is like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Queen Black said, I'm screaming and calling for help if my man getting into a fight with another guy. No, that's right. Miss Applebot said, me too, Sammie. My husband is an ex-Marine. Text him and tell him you'll call him back. Her man called him. Her man blowing her up, y'all. Tell him, you should have texted and told him we filming right now. We got to make money right now. Anyway, her man blowing her up, y'all. I be telling my man, I'm going live. Do not call me. She got to train her man. I train my man. Anyway, y'all. But yeah, so they separate. Quad and King, they walk in the opposite direction on the beach. Sweet Tea and Dr. G, they walking in the other direction on the beach. And Dr. G like, I'm ready to go home. Let's go home. Sweet Tea like, yeah, let's go home. So they go back to their room and they get ready to leave the sandbars, and they go on a separate boat from Quad and King. But here's the part, and let me go back a little bit.
Oh, hey, cross country cruise.
Hey. Here's the part that really touched me, right? So once King and Quad are walking in the opposite direction down the beach, Quad is calming King down. This really touched my heart, and it really resonated with me. Quad was saying, King had his arm around Quad's shoulder, and they're walking down the beach. Quad looking good in her two-piece. Body is tea. Not that matters, but it's tea. King looking good too. Body is tea.
They look good together.
Sexy black
just
chocolate
sexy.
couple. Just sexy. They walking down the beach, and Quad is like, just calm down, baby. Just calm down. Calm down.
She said, come on, baby. You want to walk with me?
She said, come on, baby. Let's walk. Come on, baby. Let's walk. Let's walk. Calm down. Calm down. Come on, baby. Let's walk. Let's walk. Calm down. Calm down. And he was like, I told him he ain't finna be saying shut the F up to you. He told me that when he said that, he was directing it towards you. And I told him he ain't gonna talk to you like that. I told him. I said, you can say whatever you want. And Quad said, okay. He said, I told him you can say whatever you want and not to say nothing to you. He ain't gonna do nothing to you. You good. You good.
I got your back.
I got your back.
When he said that,
he said, I got your back. You good. He ain't gonna say nothing to you.
If your man ain't got your back,
he said, you can say whatever you want.
Baby, I got you. I'm going to protect you.
Yes.
I got you. Ain't no man finna step to you not while I'm around.
Yes.
Not on my watch. That's what he was saying.
Yes.
I got you, Quad.
Yes.
He ain't finna, because what has happened is Quad has sat down and pillow talked with him. Mm-hmm. And told him what Dr. G did to her. And a man that really cares about you and concerned about, your emotional state and want to protect you physically, King ain't forgot what he said. What she said Dr. G did. Mm-hmm. So when all of that jumped off, it was a trigger for her and him.
Yes.
And that's why he acted the way he acted. Quad said, we used to fight. He used to do this to me. He used to do that to me. And King like, okay, what's up? You still talking crazy to my girl? Baby, I got you. And me personally, you need to be with a man that's gonna protect you.
Yeah, he said he walked up to me and told me that he was telling you to shut the F up. And Quad was like, really? Because Quad didn't even know that he told her to shut the F up. It was directed towards her. She just heard him say during the vibe check, we don't care what you think. She heard him say that.
Yeah.
And they went back and forth about that. But she didn't hear when he said shut the F up. It wasn't until Dr. G walked up to King, antagonizing him, and told him, yeah, I did tell your girl that. And that's what sent King off.
And Dr. G was wrong.
He was wrong.
He was wrong because all he had to do was apologize and move on. But he gonna try to, pumpkin. He gonna try to taunt him, antagonize him, that man. And he was
Right.
like, man, this is my girl.
If Dr. G hadn't walked up to King during the sandbar and reiterated what he said was actually intended for Quad, that would have never happened. Because it happened the night before and King didn't even hear him. It wasn't until Dr. G got up out his seat at the sandbar and walked over to King and told him, last night what I said, it was actually directed towards Quad. Because King didn't know that at the time during the vibe check the previous night. He didn't know that. But it was because Dr. G got up the next day and told him at the sandbar that he did intend that for Quad. That's when it escalated. If Dr. G just would have let it go and wouldn't have said nothing about what happened that last night, that previous night, I don't think the fight would have went
And the
down.
reason why Dr. G did that is because Dr. G still has feelings for Quad.
Yes.
When you don't have feelings for nobody, you don't give up. You could be in the same room with them and they not even be there.
Yeah.
You don't care nothing about that.
Nope.
You do not care nothing about that. Hell, when I was going to court for my divorce, my ex brought his little thing in there. I could care less. That was supposed to hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give up. We had her in there. All I wanted was
We was not worried about
it was about
yeah.
for me. Because I ain't it's no more emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. G still feels some type of way about her.
He still loved Quad.
Yes.
One thing I can say, Dr. G definitely loved Quad more than she loved him.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Do I think that Quad cared about Dr. G? Yes, but I'm going to be honest. I do think she used him a little bit for a come up.
Of course she did.
I'm not taking away the abuse that she allegedly endured with Dr. G, because y'all know, well, technically it's not allegedly, but I'll say allegedly just to protect us. But for those of you all who are not familiar with the show, Dr. G and Quad got into a physical altercation right before they got married. So Dr. G and Quad got into a domestic dispute right before they were set to get married. And the story came out during season 1 of Married to Medicine. So Dr. G and Quad, they had a history of domestic disputes. I'll just put it that way. In the state of Georgia, y'all both can go to jail. Mm-hmm. So they have a long history of things getting heated and things getting, physical. So, I say that to say that obviously Quad shared all of the things that she went through with Dr. G and, the verbal, mental, emotional, physical. And I'm sure she, they two Tauruses, they two bulls. So I'm sure there were some moments where, Quad maybe allegedly got back with Dr. G. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say that they both have trauma from that marriage. And, she's telling King all of the things that she went through. And like Mama said, he was triggered.
He was triggered.
Because he's listened to her cry and pour her heart out about all the traumatic things that he said and he's done to her. And it pissed him off because obviously he's emotionally attached to Quad.
Yeah, and Dr. G felt like ain't no woman supposed to leave him. He felt like Quad was supposed to stay there and take it.
Because he said, I've been taking care of you the day I met you, Quad. So where are you going to go? How dare you leave me? I've been taking care of you. I've been providing for you. So you think you're going to leave me? And I've been the one taking care of you for 10 years?
Who that sound like?
Why, man? That was another reason why he's so upset with Quad. Because, and this was on the show. Y'all can go back to seasons, earlier seasons of Married to Medicine and fact check me. But he told Quad in one of their heated arguments, he said, I've been taking care of you since the day I met you. I've been doing for you. You didn't have nothing. And y'all remember when Quad got into it with Mariah and they fell out, Mariah alleged that Quad was homeless for a period of time, and that Quad had to stay with her, and then I think she had to stay with her sister Lake for a little while, and then she ended up getting with Dr. G, and he started helping her out. I think Quad was like a med sales. She was with medical.
Pharmaceutical
rep. She was a pharmaceutical rep, and she was just getting her bearings under her feet. Wideback is the ex-husband. That's what we call him. We don't call him by his name, Woman of Well. We call him Wideback. We'll have to do a story time, a joint story time.
We had to do that in members only.
Yeah. I got to tell y'all about the time her ex-husband Wideback sued me, y'all. But that's for members only. That's gonna be a members only live to share that tea. I might even pull up some of the court documents. That's gonna be a members only live. The time my mama ex-husband sued me. It was that divorce was just drama. We could have our own reality TV shows, the shit we've been through, child. But that's for members only. We're gonna drop that tea in our members only, child. But anyway, so that's another reason why Dr. G was so mad about Quad leaving him, because he felt like he invested so much time and money into taking care of her and cleaning her up, and because he looked at her as this country hood chick from Memphis, Tennessee, and he felt like he polished her and introduced her to a better lifestyle. Excuse me. And even once they got on the show, when Dr. G and Quad were getting ready to divorce, once it got really, 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 really bad, I wanted to, Queen Lily, but he the type that like to call the police. But I wanted to. I definitely thought about getting my pow. I thought about it, Queen Lily, in all seriousness. I thought about getting that 38, but he liked to call the police. I definitely thought about it, Queen Lily. And for real. For real. I was definitely going to make that drive. What Ply say? I'm dressed in all black. You know what time it is. I'm dressed in all black. You know what time it is.
But that was to get back at me. He couldn't. He had done what he could do to me, and it wasn't bothering me. So he gonna go, and that's what narcissists do. They go after the people you love
when they can't get to you.
Right. But it backfired on them, y'all.
It backfired.
It all worked out.
It all worked out. Thank God and the ancestors. But we're gonna have to do a story time about that. I'm gonna have to pull up the court documents and everything, y'all. This is how foolish this ninja was.
And members only.
And members only. So if you want to hear that story time, please get a membership. The link to join our membership is down in our description
It's
box.
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. You're gonna be like, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Dr. G, we've been taking care of Quad allegedly since he met her, his own words. And towards the end of their marriage, when it got really, really bad, Quad wanted to start doing her own business ventures, and you could tell that Dr. G was getting more and more upset because Quad wanted more independence, especially financially. And so, when women get more independence, more financial independence, it makes it harder to control us. And so that was another thing that was ticking Dr. G off during their marriage. And he felt like, you want to be out here being an entrepreneur and you want to work when, I expected you to be a stay-at-home wife and have kids. He was also really pissed off at Quad.
Because she didn't want to
have kids.
Yeah, she has a degree. Quad is educated.
Quad is a Delta. She's educated. Yeah, she's very
educated. Toya does too.
Toya is educated too. But Dr. G tried to play her like she was down bad. He had to take care of her, let him sell it. So, once she was on the show for a while, doing well, making good money, and she wanted to do her entrepreneur pursuits, that was starting to bother him. And he felt like, I want you to be a stay-at-home wife. I want you to be taking care of my kids, cooking and cleaning and tending to me. And Quiet was like, no, Sean, I ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah, and that's another thing why he's probably aggravated with her. That's a good point, Trish K10. That's another reason, because she ain't produced that baby.
Yeah.
The baby ain't came yet. That man wanted a baby. And he probably feeling some type of way about that too.
Yeah.
Cause he ain't gave her a deadline. If you can't get pregnant such and such
in
time,
2 years,
then forget it.
Forget
I don't want it.
Yeah.
And how can she get pregnant with all that stress?
Yeah.
Being on that show.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, y'all.
It's a lot. And then on top of that, she already has endometriosis, and it's a lot.
It's a lot for her. She working a
It's a
full-time job. She maintaining the house.
She works for the federal government, so she's
working
stressed
for
about
him.
that with everything that's going on with the federal government, and she working for him. It's just a lot.
And then he talked to her like that.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's sad. Oh, and I'm thinking to myself, don't waste your time. Where's her mom? I be like, baby, no ma'am, this ain't what we doing.
And Dr. G is older than Sweet Tea mama and daddy.
Yes.
It's a 23-year age gap between Dr. G and Sweet Tea, and it was a 12-year age gap between Dr. G and Quad. So he was really hurt about Quad when she didn't get pregnant. And, you know, too, once they divorced, Dr. G didn't know how much Quad was making on the show. So it wasn't until they were going through the divorce
He found out Quad had money.
that he found out Quad had money, and that pissed him off as well. Because Quad was smart. She wasn't telling Dr. G how much she was making on Married to Medicine. She was letting him pay the bills, and she said she was paying her car note and maybe some other little miscellaneous bills. Yes, 23 years apart. And so it was just a mess. But you can tell Dr. G is still pissed off about that relationship. He is still very, 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 very hurt. He is. And I do think Quad cared about him, but I definitely think he loved her more than she loved him. I do. And Quad alleged that his thing wasn't thinging. So for her to be at that couple's night, that vibe check, talking about how good and enjoyable her sex life was with King, and that they having sex 15 times a week. That just think that's a huge blow. Y'all know how
that, and he ain't got his baby. They ain't having sex like that. Cause Sweet Tea always seemed like she tired.
She tired, yeah. And you know, Sweet Tea is having a hard time conceiving. Quad didn't want to have a baby with him, so now Quad is saying she wants to have a baby with King.
They say they trying to have a baby.
That he's a great father and his sex is good. And y'all know how sensitive men are when it comes to the sex thing. They, no matter how delicately you tell them that thing ain't thinging, you can be as nice and sweet and understanding, make a safe space for them,
but
and they
if
just
the
cannot
thing
take
ain't thinging, there is something natural out there that you can't get for your man if the thing ain't thinging.
Or he can turn into a human rose. I'm sorry, respectfully.
If the thing ain't thinging,
that's tough, y'all.
There is something natural you can get for your man.
Can I be vulnerable for a moment? This is a safe space, right? If you're subscribed to our channel, just to let you know for our new subscribers, once you hit the subscribe button, make sure you select the notification bell and select all. Once you do those steps, you are now considered a dynamic family member. So that means you are now part of the family. That means we are your cousin, your niece, your sister, your auntie. We are now that once you hit subscribe. You are considered a dynamic family member. So I'm going to be vulnerable with y'all. I have been in a relationship that I can remember where it wasn't thinging. It wasn't thinging. And I should have kept my V card and kept it Christian and waited to marriage. That's what I should have did. But Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me. But I should have kept it Christian. Lord forgive me. But anyway, I was in a relationship with someone and the thing just wasn't thinging. Okay? And I tried to break it down to my significant other as delicately as I could. Was a good person. You know, for the time being.
Nice.
You know,
it was.
But we just didn't see eye to eye on some other things, you know. And I tried. I really, really tried to to push through, because I felt like, I don't want to be that type of black woman that has a good man, and because, the thing ain't thinging, I leave the relationship. I don't want to be ignorant, because
y'all boys now is a mess.
They always get on us black women, for leaving a good man, and y'all say y'all want a good man, but the minute something ain't right, you don't want to be with him. So I was like, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be mature. That's not everything. But you know how some men, they want to be intimate. And if the thing is not thinging and you don't enjoy it, you don't want to be intimate. And I think that's a part of the reason why Quiet wasn't trying to have no baby with him like that. Because the thing was the thing. And she said it herself, according to Dr. Heavenly. She also made she also made some comments during some of the previous reunions. So I believe that part when Heavenly say that, because Quiet has intimated about that. But going back to me, I've been in a situation like that, and I tried to push through.
Oh, you're welcome.
But it just wasn't thinging, and I didn't want to be intimate anymore. And with these men, when you don't want to do anything at all, they start to feel some type of way. But I felt like I have to honor my body. It's my choice. I don't want to do that. And we tried to work it out. We did. But it just wasn't right. And that's why the Lord said you needed to wait for marriage. You shouldn't have been doing that no way. You shouldn't have been doing that no way. But I just couldn't do it, y'all. So, and so I kind of understand why Quad is so excited about King, because, she went from what Trisha K10 said, a little piggy in the blanket to Black Snake Moan. And so I understand why Quad is so excited.
15 times or what?
7 days a week, so that's about two times a day, and maybe one day 3 times out the week.
She living her best
on average
over there
2 times a day. So I just I get it. I get it. You try to make it work, but if that's not on point, it's tough. It's tough. And some couples make it work, and kudos to them. But if you have a man that wants to be intimate, and Dr. G is the type of man that enjoys intimacy, especially 10 years ago when he was younger, he was all over Quad.
Yes.
You can't question, you can't refute that. Dr. G was into Quad.
He loved him some Quad.
He loved him some Quad.
And he still do.
Quad would be cooking him breakfast and lingerie in the morning. He'd be like, let's go do this on camera. He'd be like, let's go upstairs after breakfast. And Quad is like, Cause that one, So I get it. I get why she's so excited with King. She had one too many drinks. Should she have said that? Probably not. Knowing how much Dr. G loved her. He did not want the divorce. He was kicking and screaming. It was a sensitive subject. You bringing up how good the sex is with King, and you talking about how you want to have a baby. I can see how that could hurt Dr. G.
Yeah.
I could see how that could hurt him, and that can hurt that man's ego. And then you do all of this in front of his homeboys. So you just kind of dig into him even more. You saying all of these things in front of y'all friend group.
Yeah.
And that's embarrassing.
Very.
It's embarrassing. So, Quad was in the wrong for running off at the mouth at that vibe check. I know she felt like she had to get it out because she had been through so much, but she could have bit her tongue and not,
And
added
they're
insult
the
to
same. They're
injury.
around the same age. People were saying that he was younger than Quad, but they're around the same age.
Yeah, Quad is like 43. I think King just turned 40. So they're around the same age.
Yeah. Yeah. So they just living their best life. They enjoying each other.
Yeah. Toya said sex is not everything, but it's damn sure important. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, now.
What Miss Applepie say?
Miss Applepie said, I was dating a man who had a micro eggplant. He had a micro, pinky. He really enjoyed oral, but he knew it was very small. He was a super nice guy. I never got into a relationship with him because I knew I would cheat.
Cats. Yes.
And it's tough, right? And let's have a real conversation, because we always get chastised as black women, like, oh, y'all say y'all want a good man, but y'all don't want to, but y'all are diss a man for the most pettiest things. You can work with a man if he got a micro, you know what?
No, you
that's
can't.
That's childish. That's ignorant. You need to grow up. But it's like, men, they like what they like.
Right.
If they like breasts or butt or a certain facial feature or a certain height or a certain skin tone,
Yes, woman,
they make no apologies for it. You know what I mean?
No.
So it's like, why do we have to suffer as women? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's just tough. But, you know, I think that's important to be compatible. I really do. I really do. Queen Black said that is tough. I just can't.
I can't either.
Woman of Wealth said, I'm sorry, but that thing got to be right, and he needs to be able to take instruction, because all of us don't have the same buttons. You right.
Woo!
And so I believe, according to, based off of what Quad has intimated and what Dr. Hebley has just blabbermouth put out there on her YouTube channel, that was another issue that they had in their marriage, Dr. G and
she wasn't
Quad.
being satisfied.
She wasn't satisfied. I think that's, you know, in addition to his behavior, I think that's why she didn't want to have a baby, because he begged Quad to have a baby. And now she can't wait to have a baby with King. You know. Yeah. So, you know, going back to the scene, we didn't got off topic. But going back to the scene, so King is telling Quad, baby, you can say what you want to say. He better not say nothing to you. So at that point, you know, Dr. Simone is like, you know what, y'all, we just need to call it a day. It's like 4 different fights done broke out. Let's just go ahead and call it a day. So King, Quad go on one boat with the cast, and Dr. G and Sweet Tea, Phaedra, and her pay for play boyfriend, I love you, Phaedra, Shaq, they go on a separate boat from the rest of the cast. So they leaving the sandbar, they on the boat back to the resort. They get back to the resort. Sweet Tea and Dr. G, they pack up their stuff and they head back to Atlanta. Okay? Everybody goes back to their room, they cool off, and then the next day, Sweet Tea and Dr. G, they leave in the morning back to Atlanta, and the rest of the guys and the girls, they separate. So the husbands, they go to a cigar bar, and the women, they go to a brewery, a distillery. This is when it got messy and hilarious. So all of the guys, with the exception of Dr. G, of course, and Shaq, who was Phaedra's pay for play boyfriend, they're at the cigar bar, right? Cigar lounge or whatever, and they're learning how to make cigars, and they're drinking their alcohol with their cigars. And Dr. Daddy, aka Dr. Damon, tells King, he's like, I don't think you were in the wrong.
You did what you needed to do.
Dr. Damon, Team Daddy, said, King, you did what you had to do. You did what you were supposed to do.
He said, I would have did the same thing.
He said, I would have did the same thing. He said, if somebody would have told my wife to shut the F up, I would have dealt with him too. So it's Dr. Damon, a.k.a. the daddy, and Contessa husband, Dr. Scott, and Curtis, big old...
bagging him up.
Dapping him up, telling him we would have did the same thing too. You know, good. You good.
So they light a cigar and have some brown liquor
and kick it with King. I said, if this ain't messy, where is the loyalty? Where is the loyalty? Now y'all been friends with Dr. G for over 10 years. Dr. Damon used to do business with Dr. G. Dr. Damon used to send his patients over to Dr. G and vice versa.
Yeah.
And you now sitting down, making cigars, smoking cigars, drinking cognac with Dr. G ops.
Yeah.
And talking about if the shoe were on the other foot, you would have done the same thing.
Dr. G thought they was gonna check King.
Yes.
He said, I thought the guys were gonna handle it, but it didn't work out like that.
Yeah.
He thought they was gonna check King for running up on him. Shh. They were kicking it.
They didn't check him. They that ninja up. Like, you good with us, bro. It ain't no issue. So Dr. G Dr. G was very hurt and very upset.
He left feeling with her.
He was very upset with the rest of the husbands because he felt like they chose King over him. And he felt like they should have jumped in and that it should have never went that far. He felt like instead of Shaq, Phaedra Parks paid for Playboy friend stepping in, he felt like the fellas should have stepped in and had his back. And they should have been more concerned about him, and they should have checked on him instead of going out with King and smoking cigars with King. And he just said he felt like disappointed. He felt like they didn't have his back.
They didn't have his back. Yep.
So it's caused Dr. G to start feeling some type of way
about them
towards the rest of the husbands on the show because he felt like they chose sides and they weren't loyal to him.
So why do you think Dr. G and Sweet Tea are on the show? Because they need the money?
I think, and y'all answer this too, I think the reason...
Why?
Well, according to Sweet Tea, you know, Sweet Tea goes live every week. And she said that during that time, Dr. G had left his job. So I think maybe they did partially need the money, one. And two, I also think that he wanted Sweet Tea to go back on the show so he could get back at Quad and flaunt his new marriage in front of Quad.
She paid bills too, but Quad didn't pay.
Yeah, Queen bills. Lily said Sweet Tea pays bills too, but Quad didn't pay bills. Right, Quad said she just paid her car note. And also check this out, Queen Lily. Dr. G put the house in Sweet Tea name as well. So Sweet Tea say they don't owe taxes because she a veteran on the house no more. Allegedly. Did you catch that too when she said that, Queen Lily? He put her name on the house so he don't have to pay no he don't owe no back taxes on the house because she's a disabled veteran.
She's both. The house is in my name. The house is in my name.
So he using that little girl. I mean that young lady. I'm sorry, Sweet Tea. He definitely using her. And yes, Evelyn said Dr. G scary self called the popo. Yes, he did. Let's touch on that. Dr. G called the popo on King and he tried to get a restraining order against him.
Yep.
But Quad said Quad went live with King last week at the resort in Jamaica because King from Jamaica. They asked King, they said Quad was letting people come up on live and join her Instagram live and ask her questions. And they said,
that's a good point.
We heard that King is going to jail. Quad said, no, he's not. Quad said Greg filed the report. They threw it out. They said it was frivolous. She said the only thing that happened was because the producers of the show and the network, because Dr. G also went to the network on King and complained about him. So the production company and the network, Bravo, they opened up an investigation on the incident that happened between Dr. G and King at the sandbar. And during the time of the investigation, they banned King from going around the rest of the cast. So for a period of time in the show, we're not going to see King around the rest of the cast. You'll only see him doing one-on-ones with Quad. Because during that during the investigation, he was banned from filming with the rest of the cast. They only limited him for filming with Quad. So that's the only real action that took place. But King didn't go to jail. None of that happened. But he did get, for a limited time, he was banned from filming with the rest of the cast.
I think Sweet Tea and Dr. G need to get off the show.
Yeah.
I don't think she's trying to have a baby. It's too much confusion, you know, for her peace.
Yeah.
Because I would like for her to have a baby. She wants the baby
but
too.
A baby by him?
She wants the baby. Well, you know.
I know you know what? She wants the baby. Let her have it.
She wants the baby, but I just don't think she's going to be in a good place mentally to conceive. I just don't believe she's going to be. I could be wrong, and I'm praying that God bless her womb, because any woman that wants a child, it's a blessing to have a child. Mine is sitting right here. It's a blessing. I think children are a blessing. And any woman that has the desire to bring life into the world, I want that for her. You know, and I just don't think that she's in a good place right now to conceive. And that's just my opinion.
And I think she should leave the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a safe place for her. And nor is it for her husband. It's triggering and traumatizing for the both of them.
And that's why I was saying, is it the money? What is it?
I think it's a part of the money. And, you know, Dr. G want to get his lick back at Quad for leaving him. He want to, I have somebody younger than you, you know, that loves me, that cares about me. You know, you thought you was doing something by leaving me and embarrassing me on TV. Because y'all remember Quad wiped that house clean. She took the Tempur-Pedic air mattress when she left him. His sleep mattress. He was hurt about that. So he like, this my get back. You know what I mean? But, you know, it was just a traumatic and unfortunate situation for them to be black professionals, just people in general. It's just a horrible way to present themselves. And I really hate how messy, you know, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly have been when they brought Sweet Tea on the show. You know? And you know, after, you know, things calmed down that following night. So after, you know, the ladies went to the distillery, the men went to the cigar bar, had their drinks, chopped it up. All of the couples, with the exception of Sweet Tea and Dr. G, and then Phaedra and her boyfriend, they got on their private jet and left. Phaedra said, I'm over it. She left. You know, the rest of the couples, they had like a little closing, you know, get together where they passed the bowl of lemons around and kind of talked about the incident that happened, you know, that previous day. And, you know, everybody in the group, they apologized to Quad and they just told her, we're sorry for inviting your ex-husband back onto the show with his new wife, because if the shoe was on the other foot, we wouldn't have wanted that to happen to us. And we were wrong for that.
Yeah.
And they were wrong, you know, and it just shows you how messy and evil they are on that show. They present themselves and they keep saying, oh, we're not mean girls. Everybody's calling us mean girls. We're not mean girls. Y'all are mean girls. And they're not Quad's friend either. They just don't like Sweet Tea. No. They don't like Quad either. Simone, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie, and Toya, they don't like Quad either. And but they're siding with Quad because they don't like Sweet Tea even more. And they dislike her more.
I hate the way the show is going for those black professional women. You know, in such high positions like that. Doctors, you know.
Their own practice.
Their own practice. You know, such a bad example, you know, for our young women. You know, Dr. Jackie and Simone, they went to didn't they go to Spelman? Who went to Spelman? Or one of them? I think one of them.
Dr. Simone went to Spelman. She's a Spelmanite.
Yeah, she's a Spelmanite. I mean, just all that fighting and all that ghetto mess. The show was supposed to show elite black professional doctors in Atlanta living their best life. You know, showing our young people, you can have this, you can do this.
It's within arm's reach. It's attainable.
Yes,
you can live like this too.
Hey, Didi. Yes. And I just hate that. I just hate that it went this way. You know?
But it's boosting ratings, and we're talking about it, and that's what they care about. Yeah, it's getting the job done. We're sitting here talking about it. And Dr. Heavenly said on her YouTube show, she said, y'all like mess. She said when they went and filmed me dropping my daughter off, my youngest daughter, youngest baby, Allura, to FAMU, they didn't film that. When my son, Zachary, got accepted into Meharry Medical College to follow in my path of becoming a dentist, and we had the party at his lake home that I bought for him.
They filmed it.
But she said they didn't film the part where when they were at Zachary, her son's lake house that she bought for him, all of his friends were pulling up on their boats.
Okay.
And they didn't show that. And so she feels like on the show, they focus more so on the mess. They don't want to show black excellence because she said the black viewers don't want to see it. She said we want to see the mess.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. And the only reason why I've been looking at
Dr.
it
Heavenly
now,
said we don't want to see it.
the only reason that I've been looking at it now is because the thing with Quad, I'm glad. I like Quad, and I'm glad that she has somebody in her life, and that she's moving on. She walked away from that situation and she's moving on. But I really think Quad needs therapy. I think she's still hurt
and traumatized.
And
King said that there are moments in their relationship where she does bring up what she went through with Dr. G, and she's still healing.
Right.
He said that there are times where she has those moments she has to apologize to King because she's still traumatized from what happened with Dr. G. So she definitely need to get back in therapy. And after all this stuff ensued, then Dr. Simone, Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Jackie gonna say, well, it's probably best that Quad and Dr. G not be in the same room. They don't need to be around. You think?
Yeah. And I want to talk about Phaedra. I love the way Phaedra carried herself.
The Phaedra
Parks. And if you know the history of Phaedra, her and Apollo, if you heard the history from years and years ago, how they got together and what they say allegedly they used to do and how they used to roll.
She ain't nothing to play with.
Phaedra is not to be played with.
If you've been in these Atlanta streets, you know what we talking about.
Now they may be some mean girls, but Phaedra is not to be played with.
She a gangster. What did Apollo say? He said Phaedra, she got on Louboutins on her left foot and Jordans on her right. She gangster. Don't get it misconstrued.
Phaedra called
Apollo said that about Phaedra.
Right, because he been with her. Phaedra called her private jet. She got on the phone and called some of them folk. She called her folk. And I ain't talking about these. I'm talking about these. She called them. Because she like that with them. She called her folk. They said, all right, bet. We got you. We it's on the way. Phaedra said, no. And on top of that, I just signed my contract with Housewives of Atlanta. I ain't got to put up with this. I was just over here in the meantime, between time, while they was working shit out over there. I ain't really want to y'all no way.
Y'all ain't on my level.
Y'all ain't on my level. I'm the Phaedra Parks. And keep on fucking with me, you going to find out. I'm out of here. And I like the way she didn't let Jackie talk her into leaving, because Jackie thinks she's just, she has that way about people. Pretentious. And I've been in the room with Jackie.
Yeah,
a few times.
Yep.
And she has that way and that demeanor about her. She'll size you up, And
that ain't allegedly.
And Phaedra was like, girl, please, I'm out of here. Who are you to be telling me what I should do and how I should work this situation out? My feelings are valid. I'm out of here. My jet is out there. I love that for her.
Phaedra said other people can be played with, but I'm not one of them.
I am not the one.
I'm not the one to play with.
And she meant that.
And got right on that private jet that was chartered for her.
Okay.
Now, word on the street is the real reason that she left wasn't because she was upset with Heavenly inviting Apollo and Shireen. And what we didn't see on camera is, according to Heavenly, Phaedra and Shireen, they got into it as well, but that wasn't shown. According to Heavenly, Phaedra didn't leave because she was upset about Apollo and because she got into it with Shireen. The real reason Phaedra left, allegedly, according to Heavenly, is because that is the day that Phaedra got the confirmation that she was going to be added back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's the real reason why Phaedra left the trip and was like, I'm done with y'all. I'm done with this group, because that was the day that she got the confirmation from the network that she was going to be added back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And while she was there on the trip, she was still trying to work out her deal with Housewives, but it hadn't been confirmed yet. So once she got the green light that they was gonna bring her back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was like, deuces. Allegedly, that's the tea for why she really left. So, but she back on RHOA. That's where she wanted to be anyway. So she's a better fit too. They not a, it's just a different, it's a different vibe between Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And Jackie and Simone thought they was gonna bully Phaedra and have her bow down. They was gonna humble her.
Yeah.
And women have a tendency to try to do that with women who are confident. They want to humble them.
Right.
And they thought they was gonna humble Phaedra. Phaedra said, "You got me. I've been in these streets. Don't you let this fool you."
Right. And then Apollo gonna be messy talking about some. Well, I think Phaedra left because she was intimidated that you guys are doctors.
Apollo know better.
He
than
know
that.
better, and then Dr. Simone talking some. We're boss bees. We're boss bees, just like Phaedra, and she couldn't handle that. No, Phaedra more bossed up and probably got more money than y'all do. She ain't intimidated by y'all.
It's not so much Phaedra's money.
Hey, I'm here for the show.
That's dangerous. It's Phaedra's connections.
Yeah, because y'all remember
the relationships that she had.
Yeah.
That Jackie and Simone them don't have, and that's what they don't understand, and that's why she ain't to be played with.
And that's why they bothered. Cause y'all remember when Candy was opening up OLG trying to get the license for her restaurant at the time, and she alleged that Phaedra was making calls to the city to block her when she was trying to get her license for the restaurant when she first opened OLG. So that's what Candy said, allegedly. Phaedra was trying to make some calls to create some roadblocks and obstacles to her getting her different permits.
And Heavenly need to be quiet and keep her mouth out, Phaedra, for some things.
That's what Heavenly said. She said she did say that in one line. She was like, I don't want no problems with Phaedra. I'm scared.
Heavenly know.
She know.
Heavenly know.
Yeah.
It ain't always about this, y'all. We need this, but it's about connections and the people you know.
Yeah.
Phaedra has worked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
She has worked with a lot of people that know people.
Yeah. And she's likable. They like her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's what it really is. I don't think Phaedra is intimidated by them. I think they're intimidated by her.
Yes.
Because she's a bigger name and because of her connections. And she has a better relationship with the network.
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yes, I'm here for the show. She said Phaedra has multiple streams of income. Toya said the fact that Phaedra was able to bounce back from her RHOA scandal speaks volumes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because that was crazy. But yeah, y'all. I mean, I know Sweet Tea love her husband. One thing you can't knock her. Sweet Tea is down for Dr. G. She is down for him, and she has her own YouTube show where she reviews the show and she gives her perspective. And she dropped a new episode this week, and on her YouTube channel, even when they were recapping this episode, she was just doting on Dr. G, and she was like, "I just want to give you an opportunity to speak your piece and share your story and what you went through, and I was just more so concerned about you." Like, she really puts Dr. G first, even before her own self. And it's just you can just see the little boy in Dr. G. Dr. G is a bruised little boy. He has a lot of growing up to do. And I think what he likes about Sweet Tea is she plays his mother. It's that mother-son complex between them. The way she's willing to fight over him, the way she's willing to cater to him, even when he disrespects her, he disregards her. It's like it's just weird to watch, y'all.
She gonna find out about Dr. G when she don't get pregnant.
Well, she already finding out about him. Speaking of that, so let's go back to this episode, this latest episode of Married to Medicine. So, the cameras, they follow Dr. G and Sweet Tea back to their home, and they're sitting down at their kitchen table, recanting what took place at the sandbar, and Dr. G is literally chastising Sweet Tea for running up on King. Dr. G told Sweet Tea, he said, that was naive as hell for you to think that you can run up and fight a grown man. He wasn't happy.
He didn't say, he wanted to say stupid, but he said naive.
Yeah, y'all, Dr. G was not in support of Sweet Tea running up on King. He did not say, thank you, baby. Thank you for having my back. I appreciate you for being ready to beat that ninja up for me. I thank you. He didn't say none of that. He said, you naive. He said, you don't think about situations. The things that you say, they sound silly. They sound stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And you are naive as heck. He said, what was you gonna do running up on King? She said, I'm trained combat. I was trained to fight men and women. He told me some, you a woman. What was you gonna do? Really? What was you gonna do? You sound naive.
And then they went behind closed doors. Yeah, and he was really talking.
Yeah, he leaves the table while they arguing. Sweet Tea is like, Gregory, don't call me naive. Don't talk to me like that. Be quiet. He said, well, you need to stop saying stupid things. Stop saying stupid things like that. Stop being naive. You acting like you don't understand things. You saying crazy stuff. Why would you really think you're gonna run up on a grown man? So he walking up the steps and go in the room, they master bedroom and slam the door, and Sweet Tea go running after him. So she goes into the room again.
She running after him again.
She goes into the room in their master bedroom and close the door, but they still have their mics on, so you can still hear what they're saying. And she's like, and Gregory is still cussing her out, going off like, you sound naive, that's stupid. You think you finna run up on a man? You say stupid-ish, And she's like, Greg, calm down. Calm down, Greg. Stop talking, because she's still trying to protect him. He yelling, screaming, going off, cussing, and she's telling him to stop talking because she's worried he's going to say something that he might not be able to come back from, because she knows they still have their mic on. Production is still in their house and filming. And he's like, well, you need to stop saying stupid things. It's your fault. If you wouldn't say stupid things, I wouldn't act like this. Gaslighting her. Just a mess, y'all.
I'm here for the show. You later.
Our
lady said they would help they man.
Yeah. I'm here for the show. The chat said if they ninja fighting, they fighting.
You not fighting, I'm here for the show.
I'm here for the show. If your husband got into a fight and it's just one-on-one, him and another man, would you jump in and fight beside your husband? I'm here for the show. A lot of the ladies in the chat said they man scrapping, they scrapping.
They scrapping too.
They with it. What say you? I'm here for the show. What say you? Queen Lily said he does not want Sweet Tea. She's not quiet, and that angers him.
Oh, Queen, that's exactly what I'm saying. He don't want her. She just got in his DM and said she can give him something quiet, wasn't willing to give.
Yeah, I can give you what you need and put a baby emoji. And ain't gave. She literally.
I'm with you, Queen.
She literally wrote a check that her ass cannot cash. Unfortunately.
I'm here for the show. To my no, we ain't fighting.
Okay, I'm here for the show. Said nope, we ain't fighters. Okay. Dee said I'm gonna pick up something. So Dee, are you fighting beside your man? If it's one-on-one, if he not getting jumped,
yeah.
Are you fighting beside your man, Dee? Or are you sitting to the side and scoping the scene? And if somebody else jump in, then you gonna pick up something. What say you, Dee? Some of the ladies say they fighting. They don't care if it's one-on-one or not. They jump in that ninja.
They fighting.
They jump in that ninja. They say them and they man, they jump in that ninja.
They ain't playing.
They ain't playing. What say you, Dee? What you doing? Queen Lily said Heavenly said she told her he had female problems before. Okay, let me read that again. Heavenly said Sweet Tea told her she had female problems before she told Greg. Okay.
Everybody is saying that she knew she had issues before she got in that man DM.
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and say maybe she didn't know. I don't know. Glorious Love said, yes, I said it. Glorious Love said, yes, I said it. Dee said, if he getting the best of him, I'm going to pick up something. Okay? All right. So we got some ride or dies. We We got some ride or dies.
Y'all pretty, but y'all gonna fight.
Yes, if you are catching a replay, hey, what's up, replay gang? I need you to answer this question down in the comments. Are you fighting beside your man or your significant other, your partner, or what? Let us know down in the comment section if you're watching the replay gang. Also, make sure you hit the like button. If you're watching it live, double tap the screen to like, or in the upper right hand corner, click on the three dots and hit the like button.
We got baby
Or down below, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed already, you've been rocking with us tonight on this live, go ahead and subscribe. This is what we do each and every time we go live on our show. We give you laughter, we give you wisdom, we give you a good kiki. It's like you sitting down at the kitchen table with us and we just laughing, sipping on what your beverage of choice is and talking and having real grown up conversation. So if you have not subscribed yet and this is your first time tuning into our live, please go ahead and select subscribe. Hit subscribe. Make sure you select all so that you can get notified each and every single time we go live. All right.
And our dynamic family, we some good people.
We some good people.
We some good folk.
We some good folk.
We good folk over here.
Yeah, we nuck if you but we some good folk, classy, good folk.
Classy,
good folk. Good folk. But we about it if we have to. I'm here for the show. Says somebody gotta remain conscious. Okay. All right. I hear you. I'm here for the show. Say hell no. My husband and I are not fighters. We are calling the 9, the 1, and the 1. We do not fight. No, ma'am. No.
It's a mess.
We are calling the 9, the 1, and the 1. No fighting over here. Me and my man not fighters. She said, me and my man do not fight. No, thank you. Offer, sir. Offer, sir. I know that's right. Toya said, not me, girl. We have a baby and both of us cannot be locked up. No, I know that's right. Toya said, somebody got to pick up the baby from the babysitter. We can't leave our bookie boo out.
No, I know that's right.
We can't leave our tuka butt. Okay? Glorious Love said, but I'm not going to fight if he act as sweet as me. Okay. Glorious Love said it's conditions to her fighting in order for her to jump in. All right. Toya said only if he losing or getting jumped, then I'm absolutely fighting with mine. Okay. Didi said facts. Evelyn said you can be about that life. Yes. Glorious Love said I didn't say that I would fight fair. Okay. Toya said that is not their life. Didi said, Sammie said she's going to get the 38 and we go. Okay. I'm here for the show said, Boo Ghetto, Bouge Ghetto. We call the manager and the cops. I know that's right. She said, hey, Bouge Ghetto.
When you say the cops and not the police.
I believe you. The fact that you said cops and not police told me everything I need to know about you. Bougie. You bougie. I'm here for the show. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops.
Honey, wait a minute. We're just gonna call the cops.
No, honey, don't argue with them. Don't argue with them, honey. We're calling the cops.
I'm here for the show. I always come in.
I'm here for the show. I'm some officer. I feel threatened. She on the line. She on the line with the operator. So I'm like, yes, Your Honor. Yes, it's a tall black male, 6'3", wearing a ski mask with a black hoodie on, black pants, and black Air Force Ones. Yes, I feel threatened.
Oh man, y'all is a mess.
Glorious Love said, I'm calling the 9, the 1, the 1, 2. Toya telling me, you better pull out your best Caucasian voice, okay? Real proper, okay?
Yeah.
Enunciation on points, okay? Oh my God.
Oh.
Ellen said, someone please call 911. Yes. Voice
Yes.
Nana said, an officer.
Oh my goodness, y'all, it's too much. Yes, I be so tickled.
Yes.
Especially when I'm here for the show. She is a mess. I get off live sometime and I still be thinking about what y'all say. I be still laughing.
Yes.
I be like, our people is a mess. Some of the stuff y'all say.
Yeah, so Heavenly was inaccurate. King did not get locked up. He just got banned for filming for a period of time.
Yeah.
Because Dr. G he attempted to press charges on King, but he said he didn't go through with it, but he tried. Quad said them folk laughed in Dr. G's face and said, this is frivolous, get gone somewhere. But he did so since he couldn't go through with the charges, he complained to the network, and that's why King couldn't film for a period of time. He couldn't go around. He couldn't film with the cast. He could only do scenes with Quad. So
yeah.
Well, they just got done filming their reunion. I think it was last week. So I'll be very interested to see how that plays out.
And Phaedra didn't go.
Phaedra did not go to the reunion, so she would not be there. I think they have, 2 or 3 more episodes for the season wraps up, and then they'll move on to the reunion. So we're looking forward to watching it. And I think I'm going to give Married to Medicine a rest after this. Because this was just sad to see. It was entertaining, and obviously we're talking about it, but it was just sad to see like black educated people like really about to get into it. You know, you used to seeing stuff like that on like a Love and Hip Hop or Zeus Network, not on a show like this. You know, these are black professionals in their 40s, 50s, 60s fighting,
and it's disappointing.
You know, so
yeah,
it's really, really disappointing. And, you know, my heart goes out to Sweet Tea. I know Sweet Tea feels like, you know, we don't know what's going on and that things are going well in her marriage and her husband loves her. But I think eventually she's going to come to her senses, and I think they're going to divorce. I hate to speak that, but I just don't see this marriage lasting long. I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. He just doesn't cover her. And how long can you suffer through something like that? You're always protecting him and shielding him, but he never has your back. And that's just not a good feeling. You know, I've had an experience where I've been in a relationship where I've dated somebody who, you know, this is another story. So I'm being real vulnerable tonight, y'all. I'm telling, I'm really
you telling your business?
I'm telling my business tonight. If you came in late, go back and watch the replay once the show ends, because I told another story. But another vulnerable moment for me. I was dating a guy, and he was a part of a really close-knit friend group. So he and his friends and their girlfriends and wives, they would hang out. They would take couples trips. They would do, you know, have parties, go out to eat. It was just a really close-knit friend group. So once he and I became serious, you know, I was introduced into the group. And I remember one time we did a couples cabin trip to North Georgia, right? So it now, again, mind you, I said couples cabin trip, right? So it was about 5 couples that was supposed to be going on a couples cabin trip, right? The men are all friends, and so by default, the women decided to form relationships too. So we get to the cabin for the couples trip, right? And I'm under the impression, my man at the time is telling me, you know, we're all going to have our own rooms in the, you know, cabin. It's going to be nice. You know, we're all going to put in for food. He put in for food because I won't put in nothing. We all going to put in for food, buy groceries. And, you know, we're going to cook, play games, just enjoy nature, do bonfires, have drinks, alcohol, and just fellowship, right? It's just couples. We all in our 20s and 30s, grown, having fun, young adults. Y'all, how about we get up to the cabin? Now, me and my man, we was the last one to get there because I had to get off work and, you know, then go to his house. And then he drove us up there in the mountains in North Georgia. So how about me and my man, we get there. It's like 9 o'clock at night. Thank God, nothing but God and the ancestors, because we was driving up the mountains and it was pitch black, narrow roads. Thank God we finally found the cabin, because it took us a minute because it was pitch black and no lights on the roads up in the mountains. So we get there at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I'm tired, right? He tired too. So I just want to, get to our little room in the cabin, shower and chill out. How about we get there and we find out that we don't have our own room and that his homeboy, who was like the host, had his family in the rooms. And so everybody else, the friends, had to sleep downstairs in the basement while his family, his homeboy family, get to sleep upstairs in the bedrooms, and all of the couples had to sleep downstairs in the basement in one big room. Now, we all paid our money thinking that we're each going to have our own room within the cabin. It was a pretty nice sized cabin. Not once was it at least not told to me. My dude didn't tell me that his homeboy was bringing his family in addition to his girlfriend, and that his family, it was like his mama, his sister, her 3 baby kids, his auntie, his uncle. They all got to have the bedrooms upstairs while we slept in the basement. So you got 5 adults, 5 couples sleeping in one big room in the basement. Well, and we all had to share one bathroom. When I tell y'all I was 38 hot, I had an attitude the whole time. And I'm looking at my dude like, you didn't notice? Like, he looking at me stupid. Like, I didn't know, I didn't know it was going to be like that. I didn't know it was going to be like that. So I'm pissed. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. And he's like, oh, let's stay. We just drove, all the way up here. It's pitch black. Like, let's just stay and make the best of it. I'm pissed. Because I'm like, Ninja, I left my job, my good black job. Yes, DD. Drove to your house so we could then get in your car and drive up the mountain. And you talking about you didn't know? And you paid money for me and you to come up here because I wasn't paying no money. And you didn't know? So I didn't know. So I'm like, okay, we done drove up here. He too tired to drive back. So we make the best of it for the weekend, right? So we all sleeping in one room down in the basement. We all had to use one bathroom.
You ain't tell me that.
Yes, girl. We all had to take turns showering, getting dressed, getting ready for the day in one bathroom. It's 5 couples, grown adults, sleeping down in the basement. There was like 2 bunk beds, and then there was a sofa. So you had like 2 couples on one top bunk bed, one on the bottom. 1 couple on one top bunk bed, 1 couple on the bottom bunk bed, and then there was a second bunk bed, and it was a couple on the top, a couple on the bottom, and then the 5th couple was sleeping on like a pull-out sofa. Just a hot ghetto mess. And so we trying to make the best of it. My guy, his friend who finessed us, who had his family upstairs in the bedrooms, they were like, oh, well, we're going to at least cook for you guys for the whole weekend. And that was their way of kind of like smoothing it over. Like, we know y'all sleeping down in the basement, but we're going to cook the whole weekend for y'all. So I got an attitude. It was me and another one of my dude's friend, his girlfriend. We both was pissed. We had a stank face the whole weekend. So an incident went down. Let me fast forward to that. So that the next night, we wake up, we shower, everybody lounging around. I'm pissed. My dude homeboy was pissed. My dude's homeboy girlfriend was pissed, like me. So we fast forward to that night, the next night, and we having a bonfire. So we sitting outside around the bonfire, listening to music, drinking, having a good time. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? I still got an attitude. They all laughing, sitting around the bonfire, telling jokes. I'm still got an attitude, so I ain't saying nothing. I'm just quiet, right? So my dude, his friend who gypped us, the one who had his family upstairs sleeping in the bedrooms while we was down in the basement. His name is Bojack. Let's call him Bojack. All right. So we all sitting around, they laughing, they talking, they listening to music, and Bojack, he's like, Samantha, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't talking? I was like, I'm good. I don't want to talk. I'm good. Because I had an attitude. the following next day leading into that night, I was pissed. I was like, I'm good. He like, oh, well, Samantha, why you not drinking? You need to drink something. I said, I don't want to drink nothing. I'm not in the mood to drink nothing. And so he's steady and pressuring me and putting pressure on me about why am I not drinking? Why are you not drinking? I kept telling him, I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, I'm already pissed off. I feel like I was blindsided. I got finessed. I'm thinking my dude is paying for me and him to have our own room inside of a cabin on a couples trip. And you are supposed to be the host. And you decide to bring your family along. And they're sleeping upstairs in the bedroom while you have 5 couples, 5 adults sleeping downstairs in one big room in the basement, having to share one bathroom. I'm pissed. I don't want to drink. I don't want to talk to you. And so my dude at the time, he walks up to me and he talking about some, baby, just drink something. He's giving me his drink. He's like, just drink something, baby. Just relax. Just drink something. Just drink something. I said, I don't want to drink. And the Bojack, his friend, is like, why you ain't drinking? Why you don't want to drink? I said, I don't want to drink. And my dude is like, here, just drink this. Just drink it. Just drink it. And that pissed me off even more because I felt like, why are you trying to force me to do something I don't want to do? I'm already irritated and pissed off. And I'm telling you, I don't want to drink. Why does your friend care if I drink something or not? What's it to him?
Call and tell me?
Girl, no. Girl, let me finish the story. Girl, let me finish the story. I'm like, why are you so concerned about if I'm drinking something or not? You have your own woman that's on the couples trip. Worry about her. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he had a crush on me or something, but he was always so concerned about me and what I was doing. So I cussed him out and I checked my dude too because I said, I don't want to drink. If I say I don't want to drink, I don't want to drink. Leave me alone. If I'm being quiet and minding my business, leave me alone. His name was Bojack, y'all. His name was Bojack. So, I cussed him out. I checked my dude. Boom. It's over with, right? The next night, because we stayed the entire weekend. The next night, we outside again having a bonfire. We listening to music. People, sitting around drinking, talking. We all talking. He leave me alone about the drinking part. But this night, he goes and tells me, because I was sitting outside next to my dude, and some of the other guys, their girlfriends were in the house. So Bojack, this same guy, looks at me while I'm sitting next to my dude. We're all talking, and he goes, Samantha, go upstairs and get the rest of get so-and-so for me. He ordering me and telling me to go back in the cabin and go get his girlfriend for him. I said, Ninja, you go and do it. Who you talking to? I ain't your child. And he talking about some, what? What you say? I said, Ninja, who you talking to? I ain't your child. Telling me to go back in the cabin and go get your girlfriend for you. No, you go get her, Ninja. Who you talking to? So I just shared that story to say I know what it feels like to be in a relationship with somebody that don't have your back. And I was don't support you. I was very upset with my dude.
Put you in an uncomfortable situation.
Yes, I was very upset with my dude. And once I saw that side of him, that he didn't step up and protect me and have my back, the relationship went downhill. I lost all respect and interest in him after that incident. Because I felt like, I know that's your homeboy. You don't have to fight him. But the least you could do is say, hey, bro, she good. She don't want to drink. Leave her alone. The least you could have said is, hey, bro, you go get your girl. You go in the cabin and get your girl. Or you pick up your cell phone and you call her and tell her to come outside and you tell her what you need to do. You don't tell my girlfriend what to do. Leave her alone. He had no backbone. So that's why that relationship didn't work out. He couldn't stand up for himself. He didn't know how to advocate for himself. And in that relationship, he started to resent me because I could. I was able to do what he couldn't do, which was stand up for myself and advocate for myself and check people. And he didn't like that about me. He was more of the passive aggressive type. He wanted people to like him. He wanted to get along with people. So he didn't want to rub people the wrong way. But I lost respect for him because I'm like, you're not a man.
Yeah, and April J say that's very unattractive, but he was an attractive young man, but just had some unattractive characteristics.
Yeah, like you could
So you
tell.
can be attractive on the
Yeah,
outside, but
very.
on the inside,
Yeah,
that's a great point.
that's a great point, April J. Yeah, he was very handsome physically, good looking,
Good looking.
very handsome, did very well for himself. But he just lacked that backbone, just it's just like a certain part of, how do I put this? You know how there's certain things that only a man can teach another man about manhood? I could tell that he was missing that, you know? And I just think
Yes,
with certain
guys.
men, when they don't have, strong male role models in their life to really teach them, how to advocate for themselves, how to move
Thank
amongst
you.
other men and not be the do boy or the passive type, but to be able to hold their own and stand on their own 2 feet, especially when they're in the presence of other men, that can be an issue.
And that's what they
And that
wanted
was he was
King to do.
lacking.
They
Yeah.
wanted King to not take up for Quad like
Right.
that.
They wanted King not to take up for Quad. And Dr. G is like that. And that's why I share that story with you all, because Dr. G is the type of man that doesn't feel like he needs to cover a woman. He doesn't need to protect a woman. And that's another reason why he's so triggered by King, because King has what he lacked.
Yes.
Dr. G is not a natural protector. King is. And Dr. G was able to identify and recognize that in King, and that triggered him as well. It's like, wow, she's finally getting what I couldn't be to her.
And I can't get what I want because I ain't got this baby yet.
Right.
So I'm just mad.
Right. And so and that leads us back to a lot of times, a lot of us, you'll hear, some black women say, we're the least, protected and the most disrespected, because a lot of times we're in situations like I was in that moment, where we have to constantly stand up and fight and advocate for ourselves, even when we're in the presence of men, because they don't feel like we're worthy. My dude should have stepped in and said, hold on, bruh. Don't talk to her like that. Leave her alone. My girl good. She don't want to drink. She good. If she don't want to run in there and go get your girlfriend like she a child, leave her alone. I wasn't expecting my dude to fight his homeboy, but just speak up for me. And when I confronted my dude about it, because I did, he said, well, you're grown. You can speak up for yourself. That's what he told me. That's what that ninja told me, y'all. He told me I was grown and I could speak up for myself. So that made me realize, okay, I'm not gonna be protected with this man. This man not gonna have my back. So because of that, that means that if I find myself in another situation like this, God forbid if it were to get even worse, I would be left uncovered and unprotected. So I then had to make a decision and decide, do I want to continue on with this relationship or not? And I decided not to.
I'm so proud of you.
He didn't have my back. He didn't cover me. The same way Dr.
No
G does not cover Sweet Tea.
I'm here for the show.
Sweet Tea is on her own having to fight. Sweet Tea was ready to sacrifice herself for a man who wouldn't return the favor, who wouldn't even reciprocate. Sweet Tea was literally ready to fight King, y'all. Go back and watch this latest episode of Married to Medicine season 11 on Peacock or Bravo if you have cable.
And that's a lesson for all
That's
of us.
a lesson for all of us, y'all. Please don't be with nobody that won't cover you or protect you. Don't sacrifice yourself for people who wouldn't do the same, y'all. Please. It's getting too real out here. It's always been real out here, but it's definitely getting even realer now. Please don't, y'all.
Yeah.
Please don't. And little moments like that, pay attention to those red flags when you dating people, when you in relationships with people, because that's very telling about how they feel about you, how they feel about themselves, and how they handle certain situations. And I knew I couldn't have a life with somebody like that. I can't marry nobody like that. I can't share my womb with somebody like that. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I'm not safe. It didn't feel right inside of my body. Intuitively, it was like, no, Samantha, you're not safe. This is not right. And everything I'm saying to y'all, I said it to my dude, and he just couldn't get it. He just couldn't get it. He thought that I was overreacting, y'all. He thought that I was overreacting and being dramatic, and that he didn't need to speak up for me. I could have spoke up for myself. So that was a valuable lesson that I learned, and I'm glad I learned it. So when I look at Sweet Tea, it resonates with me because I see a little bit of what I went through in her, you know. And I hope that one day, in all seriousness, my heart goes out to her, another Black woman, that she recognizes the reality and the severity of the situation that she's in, and she gets out and save herself.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say it, and I ain't gonna take it back. A reason why she might not be able to get pregnant is that's probably not who God and her ancestors wanted to have a baby by.
That is.
Sometimes when God and your ancestors don't approve of a person, you won't be able to conceive. So, I ain't gonna go too much deeper, but my heart just goes out to her. My heart goes out to her because I know what it feels like to care about somebody and to be let down and disappointed when they don't show up to cover you and to protect you. Sweet Tea is 33.
So she's young.
She's young.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just sad. It's sad to witness, And I think a lot of us can, see a little bit of who have gone through something similar. We can see ourselves in Sweet Tea. So to see Sweet Tea go through that, it was triggering. It was triggering for me, because I know what it feels like to be in a relationship with somebody where you feel like you're all by yourself, You feel like you don't have anybody to fight beside you. And you got to fight for yourself. It's like you versus everybody.
She felt like she had to fight for herself and him.
Yeah. Thank God my situation didn't get as escalated or severe as Sweet Tea.
Because
yeah.
If it did,
If it did, we wouldn't be here. Didi said she looked older. Cam Fox says, "Amen, Sammie. You are right." So yeah, y'all. And it's just sad. It's just sad. That girl is unprotected. That man is leaving her out to dry. Every time she battled with somebody on that show.
Yeah. April J, I'm glad you knew your worth.
She said, "Oh yeah, I saw my marriage and T's marriage. LOL, they change when you get married." Yeah. So in all seriousness, my heart goes out to that Black woman, Sweet Tea. My heart goes out to Quad too, and it was just touching in that moment when King told her, "I got your back. I got your back."
Oh, Queen. That doggone Queen.
Queen, we trying to have a serious moment, Queen, and you getting us out fast.
Queen enough while we laughing at Queen.
Queen, I'm trying to end it on a high note. You coming in with the shade, Queen. Queen, can we have one night where we act right? I'm trying to have my Iyanla Van Zant moment. I'm trying to have my fix my life moment. And Queen coming in with the Sweet Tea look 50. Yes, April J says she needs to just leave. Peace is #1 priority. Yes. I'm trying to give y'all this baby Iyanla Van Zant.
Wait till I'm serious. Wait a minute.
We love you, Queen. We love everybody. We love y'all.
We love our people.
We love y'all, for real.
We really
Sometimes we come on here, we be like, "Oh man," but when we leave, we be so happy.
We be so happy. We be so glad
y'all
to see
boost
you
us
all.
up
Y'all
sometimes.
boost our energy.
Y'all
up.
know.
Y'all just don't know. Y'all, only you all know how much you all help us. Yes. And we appreciate you all. We don't take you all for granted.
No, we don't.
Because you don't have to be here listening to us.
Right. There's so many content creators, so many commentaries, so many advice, so many different advice, people are giving on YouTube. So we appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate you all. We do.
Yeah. So some not 50. She's talking about some to the corner you go, Queen Lily. I'm here for the show,
Bitter tea.
Bitter tea is pretty, but she lacks common sense and self-esteem.
Queen say Sweet Tea.
Queen say me and Queen FeeFee older and we look younger than Sweet Tea. So he said, I knew we were not going to make it. We love you back, boys, Nana. Dee said we help each other. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So that's why it just resonated with me when King was like, I got your back. And Quiet, she sounded like a little girl. Y'all, please go back and watch this episode. Quiet was like, okay. Like, you could see her inner child coming out when King affirmed her. So, you know, I wish
hear
them
it
the
in
best.
her voice.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that touched me.
It did. It did. So,
yeah.
But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think if you go back to watch it, or if you just want to, you can watch the clips on social media if you don't watch the full episode. But you know, that's our 2 cents, y'all. That's what we got. We just wanted to come on here tomorrow. You know, I think we're gonna do another pop-up show tomorrow. We talking about Nesto tomorrow, y'all. Boys, Nana, I got you. We're going to be talking about Nesto tomorrow and Thursday. So I got a video between either Wednesday, tomorrow or Thursday. I have a video for you.
We'll be back tomorrow and we'll be back Thursday.
Yeah, so I'll have a video either, if not tomorrow, then Thursday, boys and then I have a video. I got to, I don't know if
Friday, we back outside.
We back outside Friday. Friday, we back outside. So don't look for us Friday. We outside. But I will have another video, boys and then for you this week. I don't know if y'all want us to do the RV luxury video. That's my favorite. Or to do my dance on the haters. I don't know. Or I can find something else. But yes, y'all. So let me see. I'm here for the show. Said what? Wait, I can't see what she said. Praying over Sweet Tea and praying over her. Oh yeah, you talking about Phaedra and Dr. Mimi. Yeah. They were praying in tongues over Sweet Tea to calm her down.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about the call with Nesto and them.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the calls.
Yeah, we talking about that tomorrow and Thursday. So tomorrow and Thursday we back on Nesto.
But we just wanted to talk about this situation with Married to Medicine because it was so much to unwrap, unpack, and so many lessons to learn from this. And as Samantha shared with her situation, how sometimes we experience the same thing, and
I can see myself in her. And Sweet Tea and I are around the same age. I'm 32, so yeah. So yeah, it touched home this episode. Yeah, what she was going through. It was very cringe the way Dr. G spoke to Sweet Tea, but I hope he gets some healing. I'm not taking that away that brother hasn't been traumatized, but he needs help. He needs to get out of that doctor's complex, that God complex, and go get checked out. Yeah, seriously. Yes. So everybody needs healing, and we can hold space. Men go through traumatic things too. They hurt too. We're not taking away from that.
Definitely not.
We just hope everybody just needs to heal. Yeah. And they probably both need to get off the show.
Yeah, they do.
Both couples.
Yeah.
Yeah, because neither one of them are ready to be around each other. It just wasn't a good idea. Their trauma at our expense for our entertainment, that wasn't cool. Yeah. Even though it's entertaining, we're talking about it's not cool.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Woman of Wealth said I watched Mr. Kiki.
He over there telling all Kiki business. He's so sassy.
If y'all not subscribed to FeeFee channel, the link to her channel is in our description box. She was over there talking about Kiki Wyatt and Kiki Wyatt's ex-husband Zachariah David went live.
When I tell you Zachariah David over there telling all Kiki business what went on in her house with them children, he said them children bad as hell. He said Kiki children, they spoil and they bad.
So y'all go over there to her channel. The link to her channel is down in our description box. When she was talking about Kiki Wyatt, I'm here for the show. Said he is hilarious. I like the ex girl. That might be a separate live we need to break down, honey. Queen Lily said yes. He's telling it all.
He's telling it all.
We might need to do
I know Kiki mad as hell.
Mad as hell. We might need to do a separate live on Zachariah David, the ex-husband to famous and immensely talented Kiki Wyatt.
Honey, somebody show him how to make a YouTube channel.
And that's all she wrote, baby.
And that's it, baby.
Baby, he done took off. We might need to do a separate live about Zachariah David. Boy, Nana said told it all. Yeah. Yes. We might need to talk about that next week.
He told it all.
That's just a lot.
Yeah.
That's
we're gonna have
a
to
lot.
talk about it over here.
That's a lot. What's going on with that Kiki Wyatt situation? We may need to schedule that for next week. Yeah. Would y'all want us to talk about that next week?
We gotta talk about that,
cause that's a lot. That's a lot to unpack. Are y'all familiar with? I'm here for sure. Yes, with props and visuals. Yes. Are y'all familiar with Kiki's Wyatt reality TV show that she did
back in 2023?
2023. I think we talked about it maybe last year, but we got to talk about it. Boys Nana said, yes, break it down. Okay, so we're going to go live next week. We're going to do a pop-up show next week talking about Zachariah David. It's deep.
Just to hear him talk.
Queen Lily said that's therapeutic for him. Yes, talk about it. Okay.
Yes.
So that we'll put that on our schedule for next week, pop-up show topic. We got to talk about that Zachariah, baby.
Yes.
We got to talk about, he been everywhere, baby. He been on Tasha K. telling all that lady business. Oh, Lord. It's a lot. It's a lot. But, okay, y'all. So, yeah, anything else we want to say? Okay, we hope you guys enjoyed this show. Please hit the like button on your way out. Hey, Call Me Darling. Hey, Tracy. Thank you guys so much for watching us on TikTok. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Miss Apple Pie said, dang, I missed everything. I didn't see that. Miss Apple, type in Zachariah David and get caught up. You got until next week, Miss Apple Pie. You got until next week, so you got plenty of time.
She heard it.
Miss Apple Pie, when I tell you Zachariah's telling all that lady business, it don't make no sense, Miss Apple Pie. It don't make no sense, Miss Apple Pie. Please get caught up, Miss Apple Pie. It's a lot. Brace yourself, Miss Apple Pie.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot, Miss Apple Pie, but you do have time, yes, ma'am, to get caught up. It's heavy. It's heavy. So we're going to have to do a separate show to talk about this Zachariah David and Kiki Wyatt, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Boys Nana said we knew something was wrong with her making all them silly faces. Yeah. She hurt him. Yes, Queen Lily. Yes, but I'm here for the show. Let me see. Woman of Wealth said, do we need to watch the reality TV show as homework?
Yeah.
And, you know what? Woman of Wealth, that'll be bonus. That'll be bonus. That'll be bonus. That'll be extra credit. So here's y'all's homework for tonight. I'm leaving y'all with homework, okay? Next week, we are doing a pop-up show talking about the immensely talented Kiki Wyatt's ex-husband, Zachariah David. There's two things we need you to do for the bonus credit, for the extra credit assignment. One, we need you to get caught up on Zachariah YouTube videos. If you can at least watch the first 2 or 3.
They
long. So if you could watch at least 1 or 2, that would be great. Also, if you have WeTV or can get access to WeTV and binge watch the show, it's about maybe 7 or 8 episodes. Kiki showed out so bad they stopped in the middle of filming, so she didn't finish the remaining of the episodes she was scheduled to film. That's how crazy she showed out. If y'all could do that, that'll be extra credit, bonus points for y'all. So that way we all can kind of come to that pop-up show and be well informed and know what we're talking about. Okay. Right. If not, I can give y'all the cliff notes like I always do. That's no problem, but it would just be helpful. So y'all can really see, what Zachariah is talking about. He does have the props and the visuals, but it'll give you more context.
He does. He'll be holding them up.
Yeah. He'll give you more it'll give you more context to what Zachariah is talking about. It'll also kind of give you like some time stamps, like, oh, okay, that's when that happened. Okay, I remember that on the show. So it's long. Okay, Miss Apple said, okay, I will. Thank you, ladies. Okay.
And then we still got to bring George.
Yeah.
Up from Later Daters.
Later Daters. We still got, so we busy.
So we got some things for y'all.
We got some things coming up for y'all. So just lock in with us. Lock in with us.
And in between that, we're going to throw a little Nesto in there.
We talking about Nesto tomorrow and Thursday. We talking about them. A ninja coming home. He touching down. Spring, summer, period. It's going to feel like summer 16 all over again. And he touchdown.
And y'all see Manny went out the other night. Y'all seen it. Y'all
went out.
She got a braids in.
Knotless braids. Look,
she went out the other
night.
Makeup done. Y'all seen it.
So we're going to talk about that.
We got to talk about that.
We got to talk about that too. We got to talk about that too because it's a lot going on. All right, y'all. We love y'all. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. If you're watching the replay and you made it all the way to the end, hey, what's up? Please hit the like button down below. You guys take care. Bye, y'all. Have a great night. We love y'all. Take care, y'all. Bye.